See what happens. Hello, so we're live. It's a bit of a late night stream. Here in the UK, it's fucking 3 in the morning. What time is it for you, David?
It is 7:11.
7:11. And you're in
Yeah, PM.
California.
In California, yeah. I am out here, man.
Right, so yeah, we're talking about decanters and
Yeah.
drinking.
And I was saying that all these, so I don't have restream, so I can't see any chats. So you're gonna have to, if there's any sort of chats on this, you'll have to.
Yeah, there
any
is. I'm going to
questions.
send you the link in a second. So
But yeah, no, like decanters. Like there's so many people in America who don't use them, and it's no. But I mean, like when we talk about culture we need to save, that's the type of culture we need to save. Like we need to get like No More Dogma in on this like decanter stuff, because maybe like he'd totally agree. There we go.
I don't know who No More Dogma is, to be honest with you.
He's I don't think he's not a full-blown alt-righter. He's not like a full ethno-state guy, but he's one of those guys that you always you feel he's getting there. Oh, there we go. Now I can pop out the chat and then I can close the rest of this bullshit. So we've been wanting to do this for a while, man, and it's been scheduling issues.
It has been scheduling issues. And the other thing is, I've been trying to get other people here, but they're all fucking pussies. Or like, time zones and rah. So I was like, yeah, let's fucking get on it. It was Amy's birthday recently.
Yeah. I mean, I understand Ethan not wanting to, come in here after being thoroughly and savagely eviscerated.
Fuck Ethan.
By yours. Dude, I love when Amy like clipped, I don't know who clipped it. I think it was Amy. I don't know, but someone put that me meeting Ethan for the first time on like VidMe or BitChute or something like that, and I was like crying, man. Like, like just and the best part is like I didn't even when I was talking to Ethan, like I didn't even notice all you guys were just laughing in the background. Like I was that woman in her 30s, maybe 40s, who saw that, like that Alf in the bar. And I was just like, Cougar's got to jump on that Alf, like, and you just, everything in the periphery just disappears. Yeah. Oh, pop out the chat. There we go. Man. Is Rogue Knight your like your side piece? She seems very, very interested in you.
Rogue is a lesbian that we're going to turn straight one day. That's the mission.
If anyone can do it, Jay, I think it'd be you.
Oh, you're being too kind now, sir.
I know.
Too kind. Oh, the talking donkey Paul is here. Do we have audio?
Also known as ER.
If you follow him on Twitter, yes.
Either he follows me and I follow him, or we both follow each other. I don't remember which.
Hello, Jay.
Hello, we have communication.
Houston, we do not have a problem.
Not to be confused with.
Not to be confused with. It's like my daddy always told me.
Oh shit! And my charger. I'm plugged in.
Where's the wife, Jay?
Did you not hear, mate?
What?
Me and the missus broke up.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
That was like November, man. Where have you been? You living under a rock or something?
Yeah. I mean, I do like this political stuff. Like I like Devin and stuff, and I'm not really ever much on the Discord. What the hell happened?
Oh, mate. Just a lot of things happened.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, and you've probably like already exhausted like all the conversations about this. No, I didn't know.
Yeah. We broke up. I mean, it was going on for a while. I mean, she wasn't really happy with like my YouTube and shit like that, and not happy with me like speaking out about Islam and shit like that. And the main thing was that she didn't really want a kid whatsoever.
Oh, and you are one, you don't want to participate in white genocide. So
one day, one day I want a kid. I mean, I'm not saying that like it's definitely going to happen and whatnot, but
oh my god, I can't. So am I allowed to say something then? Like, can you won't get mad at me?
Yeah, go for it. I don't care. Go
Okay,
for
so like your girl, man, she had like classic British teeth. Like her shit was more messed up than mine.
it.
Like so,
What?
I think you can do
Hang on.
better.
Hang on. You're not on about Esme, are you? Oh Jesus! Are you on about the one that was on the stream with me on my birthday, like just after my birthday a couple of weeks ago? The one that was
Oops.
like sat here.
Damn it! No, I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about your wife. We're still talking about that.
Right. Okay.
No. Okay, so yeah, no, I was accidentally. I assumed that was.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So
Not
was
gonna
that
happen,
a
mate.
friend?
Esme is just a friend, and that is all it will ever be, mate.
And
Trust
that is the joke about you fingering Esme. That you waking up with
me.
some
Now
things
you're
on your
getting
finger.
it.
Now
There we
I
go.
understand it all. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but no, that will never happen.
So what is on the horizon? What are you sort of wanting to do?
I got a date this, well, technically next week now, but yeah.
What is she?
Her name's Emma.
Like,
What is she?
well, I mean, no, names mean nothing. I mean, like, what is she like? You know, like, what's her 4-letter, character archetype, or like, what's her profession? Don't dox or anything, but I mean, like,
Mate, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I like jack shit, so I'll find out soon enough.
oh, so she's just hot. That's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a good start. I mean, you want to have like beautiful white babies and stuff, right? So I mean, wait,
Mate, I
Is
don't care about the colour.
well, duh. I mean,
As long as
hotness.
someone's willing to pop one out at some point.
So, man, the whole baby thing, it's so weird. Especially like, I mean, speaking of Devon, we're both rocking like AIU shirts and stuff right now.
Oh yeah, represent.
But like I think it's actually like the smartest choice, not having kids. But because I mean, if you look at just metrics, right? You look across
I'm
the
not saying
board.
like it's got to happen and whatnot. It's just be nice to know that I have the option of it happening.
Well, don't you want kids though?
Yeah, I want a kid, but I'm not like saying like if I get with
just one
someone who
kid.
says, say I get with somebody who wants to have a kid as well, but it never happens. I'm not bothered by that. It's just knowing that I can have one. Really, I suppose.
Like, how many kids do you want?
Mate, never really thought about it that much.
Oh my god! Well, I mean, this is something you should be thinking about. How old are you, first of all?
28, mate.
Yeah. So no. They're definitely saying like your sperm are starting to go. Like look at Donkey. Like your sperm are starting to look like his face. Right? They're not quite right. No,
This doesn't make it any better either.
no, actually. Oh my god! Whoa.
Whoa, Paul, you look gorgeous.
Wow. God, yeah.
Somebody
Dude.
ring the Kelly alarm. Somebody get the Kelly alarm going right now.
No, but I mean, Amy just turned 30, right? And I think one of the things is that at 30, you sort of need to start having your life planned. There was a general, I forget which, he just got like cheered the other day, but they said like use your 20s to just fuck up, right?
I'm right.
Like,
I'm plenty of fuck ups.
Do every fuck up you can in your 20s. But by the time you hit 30, sort of have the shit planned out. So, I mean, you should start to think about how many kids you want, what your retirement is going to look like. I mean, have you started investing in, like, retirement?
No.
Man, I'm going all Jordan Peterson on you right now. Like, clean your room and get a Roth.
Yeah.
Oh, my room is clean. Fuck you.
I know your room is clean, but when
it's a bit of a shithole, to be honest with you, but still.
So, well, when I say clean your room, right? I'm talking like
No, I've got things planned, mate. Don't worry. I've got things in the works. My at the moment, I just want to fucking enjoy life a bit. I want to go traveling.
Well, you got 2 more years. Yeah, get your traveling in. You're in the Frood, man. Why aren't you traveling?
Mate, if there's anything I know about my genes is that my dad didn't have me until he was 47, so I've got plenty of fucking time, mate.
Yeah, but like you're just passing out all the time and stuff like that, just because of your genetics. So I mean, don't pass that on to your child.
I haven't done that in like the last 6 months, I would say. So
Hey man, I haven't fallen asleep at the wheel in 6 months. So it's not a donkey. What the fuck are you doing, man? I think I saw a bottle of Jack or something.
Yeah, we got some Jack Daniels. We got some microbrew.
That
Ooh.
is
Certainly not going to finish all of this tonight, but I see it as a chat with a drink.
You have a face and a voice made for radio. I'm telling you.
Indeed.
It does.
I don't know. He sounds so great.
All those theater classes I took in high school.
You have a very solid projection. I lack that, and I hate that I lack it, because when I listen to myself afterwards, after reading these podcasts and stuff like that, I always check my audio levels, but I'm not very forceful, right? So unless I'm directly engaging and sort of making fun of something or someone, I'm not all present, and you are just all present 100% of the time, and that's truly kind of a feature.
Hey, good team here. Your face, my voice.
There we go, man. We'll make this happen. Well, actually,
Whoa, watch out. Alfie might get jealous.
Yeah, actually, what we're gonna do? So we're gonna do. You ever watch The Rascals or any of those little comedies, when you were a kid? I feel like we have an age spectrum here that's relatively top to bottom with a median. But those the kids would get together and they'd put a coat on, right?
Uh-huh.
So what it'll be my face.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be in the bottom, but you'll be the one talking,
right.
And then it'll be Jay's cock.
What the hell?
Yeah, we can make this happen, dude. I mean, we'd be
what is it with you, David?
20 foot.
There, haven't you?
What's that?
We could
always got to take it there. Well, then again, I suppose you'll make it interesting for Tommy English when he watches this at some point.
Yeah.
So, who's Tommy English?
David, for fuck's sake.
I know.
Do you not watch any of my videos? You're a shit friend.
No. So I did watch part of this video, and it was because I even commented on it. You were like, "Oh, David's in the house." No, because I've been out in the field for the last 3 weeks, man. So me getting to do things has been pretty intermittent. That's why the fake podcast has kind of done a lot less episodes lately.
Fair enough.
But I watched part of that because he's a right winger, but he's not one of those insane sort of right wingers. He's just sort of typical Islam is a problem, we need to address it. Poor areas are a crime, we need to address it type of guy. Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, that's Tommy.
He doesn't seem to deviate too far from immigration when it comes to topics.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just did one today, and I was actually, I guess this is actually a good topic to bring up. You bring up Tommy English, in that I wanted to do a Second Amendment episode because I wanted to talk about certain things, and I wanted a guy who was a firm Second Amendment supporter. And the issue is that I put it out there, and I was like, give me this fucking Second Amendment dude. And James, he gets this guy. He's like, hey, man, I got this dude. And his name is literally Run and Gun News. Dude. And I'm not going to lie. I instantly, and this is a fault of me, expected some sort of deranged lunatic. Yeah. And I think part of it is, and it's really hard to forget, that the media generates trends that we then absorb and we internalize and we reflect upon, and we start to demonize and dehumanize all these aspects, and we start to think that we haven't heard new arguments, and and that everyone's the same. And I honestly I sort of stepped on my face today with that because I actually asked the dude at one point, it was my go away question. We're ending the stream and I wanted to end it on a funny note. And I was like, hey man, so as a Second Amendment guy, where should the calibers stop? At what size of bullet, are you okay with having the civilian own? And it just goes well, my favorite gun's a Desert Eagle, so I guess at pistol, 50 cal. And I'm like, but there's 20, millimeter, 40 millimeter guns out there. There's anti-aircraft, rifles and stuff like that. And he's like, no, fuck all that shit. That shit does not belong in the hands of citizens. And I'm just like, oh. So
he can make that distinguish. He can distinguish there, but not. Well, same argument could be applied to, if we're splitting hairs over caliber and size of guns, I mean, we can extend this argument into weaponized smallpox, for God's sakes. Why shouldn't I be able to have that? I mean, guns hurt a lot of people, so.
Well, no, and that's actually part of the thing is that I've heard some, and it is a good thing, nuts, to distinguish them as such. But there are people who are like AOWs and grenades and stuff like that. If the military owns them, obviously your citizens should own them because we got to fight the government, man. And you're
gotta fight the government.
Yeah, I've said this a few times in the last few days. And when it comes to people that make that argument, they got to make the stand against a tyrannical government. You know, again, if the government, wants you taken care of, all they're going to do is shut off the power and the plumbing in your neighborhood and wait to collect the corpses later.
Oh, yeah.
There's not going to be a shootout in the street.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, and as a lot of these systems become more safety proofed by bringing them all online in these architecture heavy and security heavy systems, government will eventually just have that on off switch, and right. No hacker, no nothing, because they've been worried so much about external hackers would ever be able to do it. Now, right. the other part of that too is a little bit scary. It assumes that someone, and these people are normally patriots, and I mean I would use air quotes when I say that, but somehow live in fear, pretty consistent, because I have talked to some of these people of the same government they are supposedly very patriotic to.
Right.
And I don't understand that. Maybe there's some cognitive dissonance there. Maybe there's some sort of fantasy element to it that they want to be, Jack Bauer or something, but I don't quite get it.
Yeah, there is a disconnect there somewhere. I support the troops, I support our government, but I want my guns in case they ever go tyrannical.
Yeah, well, this is where you don't need guns to protect yourself from a tyrannical government. You just need an imperial state crown. Problem solved.
Well, the other part of this too is that, and it's something that we're going to have to probably talk about eventually. I think the government sort of kept this this conversation off radar, but coding is going to be one of these things that is extremely dangerous in the future. Like I was talking about nuclear power plants and stuff like that. But as technology increases, like hacking into cars and killing ambassadors, hacking into cars killing politicians, hacking into cars killing your ex-wife.
Right.
Jay, I'm not giving you ideas, but like these are things that are going to become more and more possible. And although the relative amount of expertise required to set these things out will obviously dissipate over time across the median, you're going to have the edges out there that are able to do this stuff, and
sure,
it will be an arms race between the the industry creating certain standards and stuff like that, and the hackers finding ways to bypass these standards. At the end of the day, though, while this arms race continues, the end state of what is actually being protected in this arms race is gaining more and more and more and more killability. I mean, Absolutely. if you were able to take down the power grid of America for 2 days, that's nuts. That's nuts. That's crippling to the economy.
There'd be a lot of casualties.
Jamie's going to bed. Apparently Jamie's going to bed, guys, so say good night to her. But she's taken us all with her to bed.
Amy, good night.
Good night, Amy.
But I mean, if you think about this, 1 out of every $2 in the United States goes through, in terms of currency iterations and stuff like that, goes through Las Vegas every single day. So pretty much half the currency in America, in some way or another, goes through Las Vegas on a daily basis. Shut down the power grid to Las Vegas. Watch the stock market collapse. Watch Roth accounts and retirement accounts that people have been dumping into for decades disappear overnight.
And then
get wiped out. Starts. I mean, yeah, and then the panic starts. Well, the panic goes. I mean, hey, shut down one bank. Actually, don't even shut down the bank. Shut down their connection to the debit card owners, right? Just imagine like 3 days. Let's say even a quarter of America goes to swipe their card for something and it says declined. Imagine that. Fucking chaos.
Absolutely.
These things are, number one, could be utilized by the government, but number two, could definitely be utilized by the people in case a government ever became tyrannical, you know. And
Or
they're
could it be
actually,
used by the banks? There's profit in there with late fees and overdraft fees and et
oh
cetera,
yeah,
et cetera.
but the whole point is that, and this
It's
sounds
not going to
like,
matter soon because cryptocurrency is going to take over.
oh god, yeah, oh yeah,
I got some
Bitcoin,
cryptocurrencies, man. I've got some.
I have,
That's
I
my
have,
investment.
no, it's fine.
There you go. I'm going to retire on crypto, mate.
Oh,
You'll see. You'll see, man.
but
Going to pay for
I mean,
my win.
here,
Travels.
no. I mean, like, here's a good one. Imagine a guy smarter than Hagataki or whatever, the guy who invented Bitcoin, could come in there and make some sort of back block trace to go to, you know, the original sort of bit blocks and just delete them. And then the entire blocking system of everything is meaningless because it's protecting absolutely nothing. Just imagine that. Because this is what hackers and coders and stuff like that are going to be thinking about in the future.
Yeah, and we already have a situation where your banks and your identity can be stolen anyway. So I mean, everything has got a flaw in it, you know. But we just have to try our best to protect ourselves.
Well, and move past the flaws. I mean, literally, every aspect of life is an arms race. If you want to go into this, you know, sort of political discussion, or you want to take this into biology, or you want to take this into chemistry or epidemiology, vector tracking.
Have you got any cryptocurrencies?
I do. So I got into mining Bitcoin back in like 2010 because I was doing folding at home.
Okay.
Because I was a big computer guy, so I was doing folding at home for probably like maybe even almost a decade before that. So before I was even 18, I was doing folding at home, which was like a cancer research project for Stanford.
Is that the project where you gave him a bit of your computer power and
it would run, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I was doing that, and then like at a certain point, the whole sort of idea of mining, of utilizing computer power for blockchains and stuff like that came about, and it was like 2010, 2011, and I was like, man, sure, like I'll do this. Like, and then I stopped doing it probably about 2 years later, and haven't cared to do any of it since.
David, do you please tell me you have access to the wallet? Because you would have.
Yes, I do. I do. No, I do have my wallet.
Okay, good. Have you looked at its balance?
Yes.
Well, there we go then. Happy days. So your retirement, mate. There you go.
Sorted. No, I didn't. I never got that much. You got to realize even then, even coming in, like relatively new into it. There were already a lot of people that jumped on, and so like you weren't even mining Bitcoins, you were mining portions of Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Like even back then, like nowadays you mine, you know, and it's like, and you hit and you like come on queue for a successful blockchain, and it's like 0.01, you know, BC.
Bitcoin, yeah.
But back then it was like you would come on queue for a bit, and it would be like 0.001 BC. And it did happen more frequently than what I've seen happens now. But I mean, it is one of those things that as the price keeps rising just because of speculation and stuff like that, I mean, is there ever really a bad point to jump out? I mean, you're just trading, honestly.
Make that for yourself, really, you know.
Yeah, you're trading electricity. The other part of it too.
When you're mining it, yeah. I'm not mining it. Is Bitcoin the only one you got? Because I've been buying.
No, I never went into Ethereum or any of that other stuff.
Well, I got a little bit of Bitcoin. Tomorrow I'm buying some Popcoin, and I've been trying to get hold of Ripple, but I've only just become verified, so hopefully I'm going to get that. Oh, and then I've got like a smidge of Ethereum. Yeah,
I honestly the one of the best conversations I've gotten into someone regarding this was us both coming to the assumption within a minute that the other's position was completely based upon bullshit, and then that both of our positions were based on bullshit. Because there is nothing technically backing Bitcoin. Now, when it comes to, it's not Ethereum, But what is
when
it?
it comes to
Light.
fiat currency, there's nothing backing that,
No.
really.
Yeah,
I
same
well, I
with the US
agree.
dollar.
You know?
No, yeah, no, I agree. That's the whole thing. The difference is, so I think it's a Litecoin. So Litecoin requires registration.
Hmm.
So it's like an unanonymous Bitcoin. And that's actually, there's a lot of information there. There's a lot of money there. Because you've literally YouTube Googled, you know, cryptocurrency.
Hmm.
Because, oh my gosh, when you actually have the information of all these purchasers, how much money they have, that additionally goes into selective targeting and stuff like that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
you know,
of
just
course.
advertisements and stuff like that. No, I mean, and the best part is that humans are really cool at individual levels of making stuff, but corporations, which are simply just also groups of people, just on a larger scale, are phenomenal at finding ways to make every idea make the maximum money. Like, well, and it's not even a lot of it's weird, you know. So like we both just addressed, you know, that like fiat currency really isn't real. You know, the cryptocurrency, there's really nothing backing it either.
But
So
at the
a
end of
lot
the day,
of
fiat currency is just backed by all the different things that make up the economy of all the world, but the whole world, really. And cryptocurrency, in my opinion, is just going to be the replacement of fiat.
well, I mean, that's the thing is really like what is money in the first place, right? So it's
Thing we
a
use to trade goods and services.
but it's a made up something, right, of your time and capability.
Hmm.
So that's what money is, right? Because
Yeah.
you know, back in the day, we would trade like a chicken for like a fence or something, right? And it was dumb, and we're like, man, I have like a whole bunch of fences, and you have too many chickens. So it came up with money as an intermediary source tied to our value and our capabilities and stuff. Now, obviously, at a certain point, we have placed that amount on precious metals, you know, fiat currency, cryptocurrency, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's really the individual who places any amount of anything on any sort of currency. Because Jay, if I have something and it's worth the entire world to you, you're going to give me every single thing you have to get it.
Yes, because
And
you
if
say that it's worth a certain amount to you.
and yeah, and sure, there's some sort of, you know, agreement that comes about. But I mean, at the end of the day,
Money is just the thing we use in the middle to trade.
Well, the crazy part is when you start dumping advertising into this. So, I mean, you know how you said like, hey, I have something and it's worth an amount between you and me agreed upon, right? Now, what about when I pay, you know, Talking Donkey over here to come visit you every day and tell you how awesome my golden goose is? Right? I pay him a minimal amount and he comes over to you every day and he goes, man, have you seen that? Like here, like hold on, like have you seen that USB 3 cord that David has? Like that thing is super awesome. I bet you if you had that, like, you know, one day it's gonna be worth a shit ton of money. And you just go like, okay, cool. And the next day he comes over and he tells you the same thing. I mean, it's gonna ratchet the price up. Now, I mean, over the long term, you know, constituting sort of, you know, the riders, because it's not just Talking Donkey here, but the other riders in this equation that are pouring this advertising on you. At the end of the day, the cost adjustment has to be more than I'm paying the advertisers, right?
Right.
Now, what happens when we institute more actors? And this is, you guys were talking about YouTube earlier, and I think a lot of this was unaddressed. But what happens when it's not even Talking Donkey isn't even the guy who's directly telling you how awesome it is? What it is you like Talking Donkey, and I've paid some people to send messages prior, post Talking Donkey's, you know, advertising, because I know you watch it, and they're telling you how awesome this cord is. And then in the middle of Talking Donkey's, you know, awesome content that you just love anyway, he goes, hey, Jay, I see you out there. I just want to let you know how awesome David's cord is. And I'm telling you, like, you should really pay for it. No, the entire idea of advertising is absolutely insane if you really start to think about it, and almost criminal if you really want to get into the weeds. But you know what? It's amazingly effective, and nobody wants to end it.
Yeah,
Unbelievably effective.
Advertisement can be used for good and evil. It all comes down to.
So the issue, the issue is it's never really used for good, because in a vacuum, in a free market, what naturally comes about isn't exactly what's truthful or what's most beneficial.
Right.
What comes about is the most efficient way for someone to gain resources, because that is the end state of a free market, is that one person, one group, several people in several groups, whatever, will ascend resources to a point that they can then utilize those resources to kind of take over everything else. If you've ever played a game called like IO Snake, it was a game developed by a whole bunch of little snakes owned by different actors. They're all moving around. They can eat each other and stuff like that. If you didn't keep adding snakes into this environment, at the end of the day, there's just going to be one big snake. It's going to be rolling around. I mean, and this is why we naturally have laws against monopolies and stuff like that. And it's really good. But like
The natural course of business always seems to gravitate back towards monopoly, though.
Yeah. And that is
So
why
that's the
we
process,
have, and that's why we have governments that literally have to come in and bust them up, because it's always the goal, and it's not a negative on the companies. It's not whatsoever. It's a scorpion, right? It's gonna sting you.
Right.
That's so you let the scorpion do its other things, and then when it's about to sting, you always grab the fucking tail, and we do this. It's why when we have all these mergers and stuff like that, you now have to get government approval for it. And some of these mergers, we say, no, fuck you. That would literally give you access to like the 16, 100% most watched television shows. So no, we're not going to do that. And then here's the even scarier part when we talk about advertising. Now imagine, right? I want you to like this cord so much that not only am I paying, Talking Donkey over here to talk about how much you should buy this cord, and not only are you getting advertisements prior and post him talking about other things you like, but also how you should buy this cord. What I've now done is I've paid members of the company or the government, if you want to even go like 2 phases further, that you can actually only watch Talking Donkey now. And any other channels that are similar to Talking Donkeys have now been taken off the air because of copyright violations. So you got to stick with Talking Donkey. Now,
that's what I always say.
Now, Jay.
So what are you trying to get at, mate?
I'm trying to get the advertising's fucking evil, man. And we need to... We honestly... Lobbying is the same as advertising. It's just at the political level. And if I think advertising is evil, I don't even... I can't come up with the words for what lobbying is. And it disgusts me, absolutely. Lobbyist groups are the most effective way of affecting cultural change. And
don't get me wrong, I think there needs to be regulation on that sort of stuff, like lobbyists.
Well,
I don't think all lobbyists are the same and evil and stuff like that.
No. Here. Let's go into that though. So, lobbying, really, man, it's just a corporation sending an outreach guy to a politician.
Well, it's not just corporations. Charities do it. Community groups do it.
Charities. Any charity that is lobbying, when we say charity, we're talking about 501c3s. Any 501c3 that is lobbying members of Congress, I would love to fucking see what their actual charitable donation percentage is, because I guarantee you it's not anywhere north of 50%. I'd put my child's life on that bet. Now,
more regulation, maybe.
No, I mean my daughter, not my son. But no, I mean, here's
No
the
better
thing:
than a
is
Muslim makes
how do
it, and
you
that
how
you
do you
like that? What's that about?
how do you regulate human behavior entirely, right? So you have a member of a corporation, right, or a political action committee or some sort of lobbying group, and they meet up with CEO of X company.
Yeah.
I mean, backwards. They meet up with, like, some guy from Jack in the Box, some lobby guy meets up with politician from X, and they sit there, and it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy you dinner. What the fuck do you think the outcome of that dinner is intended to be? And if it wasn't successful 99% of the time, lobbying wouldn't exist. We already have regulations on campaign finance laws and stuff like that.
Well,
Yet somehow,
this comes down to the problem of why is it politicians are so easy to corrupt, and it comes down to the fact that they get paid shit wages. And countries that have less likely of corruption, you find that their, members of parliament and members of government and so on are paid extremely well. So, pay your congressman better. So that goes for this country as well.
I actually disagree. I think we should pay politicians less.
What? No, I think we should flood them with fucking money.
What's your rationale for that, dude?
What's for me?
No, I was asking David what his rationale for paying them less was. I don't necessarily agree or disagree. I'm just curious.
I honestly think, well, first of all, we used to not pay public servants, and they used to spend about 330 days of the year in their home states. Now the reverse is almost true. Most politicians spend about 90% of the year in Washington, not in their home states. But I would actually want to tie their labor to something. So when we talk about usage of time and developing things and stuff like that, so not all politicians, because obviously politicians are in different spheres.
Hello. Paul, you there?
Hello.
No, okay, you're there.
Can you hear me?
I don't. What?
Yeah, you kind of broke up there for a second.
Oh,
like
froze there for a second. Yeah.
Sorry. So I said, not all politicians are the same, obviously, and some, do different functions. But if you're a representative, right, I don't see why your pay shouldn't be tied to the median income of the area that you represent. Like, if you want to make
think about that, because the immediate thing that jumps to mind is, disproportionate representation of people who are elected from more affluent parts of the country.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, in a lot of those areas, so like Ro Khanna is the guy who's in Google's freaking area, and even then, the median income in that area is like $101,000, right? So, I mean, you're still paying him less than what he's getting now, and that's going to be one of the more affluent districts. But when you take a guy in like the 14th district of Alabama, and this guy is just in absolute dog shit Baldwin County, where the median income I think is around like $26,000. Why does that guy deserve $174,000 a year salary?
Right.
I mean,
I can definitely see what you're saying, but I also would make the argument. It seems these days one of the most difficult things to do is to attract the so-called best and brightest. It's probably always been a thing, but at least in my time, we just seem to end up with some real losers.
I mean, I don't.
And the thing is, for me, it's a two-pronged thing. For example, when it comes to paying them a lot and having them have a good expense account, it's to stop corruption. Well, not to stop it, but to reduce it as much as possible. But also, it's a good way of incentivizing people of taking a career in politics, due to the fact that if you do take a job in politics, there isn't very much of a career option, because you can't. There's only so high you can go, and not just that. There is not much after it, is there?
Guys, excuse me just for a second. I got to turn my oven off. Be right back.
Oh yeah, no worries. But the thing is that there is something after it, and the issue is that
becomes like Tony Blair running around the world giving it peace talks. And shit,
I mean, I don't mean that, but I mean, you just go to K Street, dude. It's literally what you do after you become a politician, even a failed politician, is that so many people, so you just go to K Street.
I have no idea what K Street is.
So K Street is pretty much where a lot of the lobbying firms are all set up. So you've heard like Main Street, Wall Street, K Street. I assume maybe you don't know much about American politics, but pretty much there's a pretty big revolving door.
Absolutely is.
There's and the reason is because, first of all, even as a failed politician, right? You know all these ends, all these lines of effort and lines of communication have already been established. So all of a sudden, you just call up your old buddy and you say, "Hey, man, now I'm a lobbyist for this. I want to take your client out for dinner, and I want to explain to him our idea on the new legislation come 2019 for X thing." And the worst part is that a lot of this has already been uncovered, and it's completely known, and people don't care. So you can easily go look up Rand Corporation, and it's an actual big corporation, but one of the little aspects,
like with the Koch brothers as well.
Oh, I mean, dude, it's not. This is not one of those partisan issues,
right?
No, it's evident.
But yeah,
especially with incumbents that are defeated, it seems like within a couple of weeks, almost 100% of the time, they'll announce that they're with, this company or that firm.
Yeah, and here's the issue: is that like Rand Corporation, and I think the subcomponent of the one that got really big investigated and the big piece came out was called AREL, like AREL, but it was literally just lawyers, right, who've been hired by a subset of the Rand Corporation drafting legislation. And what they do is they make this legislation and they go through and they look at what they think that, the usual customers will sort of say about it on the floor. And then they draft this pretty much perfect piece of legislation for, what the current crowd is, give the person actual talking points. And then they hand this legislation over to the senator that they've taken out to dinner. And they say, "Hey, introduce us on the floor tomorrow." No, there's something fucking wrong here. Like, that's wrong. I can't exactly tell you how I've come to this conclusion that it's morally and ethically just appalling, but I can't imagine. I mean, put this into person-to-person terms.
Mate, I totally agree with you. I mean, there's totally flaws with the government here and the way that stuff is done. I totally agree with you. And to be honest with you, when it comes to politics, this is like my view on it all is there needs to be massive reform. And I'm not just talking about tax, I'm talking about law, I'm talking about education, copyright, the list goes on, because there's so many things that are out of date. Well, and there just needs to be
and here's the thing. No one messed this up. Just I want to be very clear about that, because I've known a lot of people who are like, the baby boomers fucked over the world, or like even like hell today, like, and I even get this way because I'm jaded at this point a little bit, but like Trump voters, you screwed over the world, and it's wrong, because what naturally happens, and it's the same as just evolution in general, is it branches out all the time, and with more laws, there become more introspections, there become more interactions between laws, between regulations. It just becomes, over time, there becomes more information and more choices. And it's going to be harder for us sort of to come to this nice finesse point where we can sort of manage it all and be doing it in the most responsible manner. I actually don't think we're ever going to catch up until we hit some sort of technocracy, which is a completely different conversation in itself.
But you're not one of them, are you?
Out of practicality, yes. I don't think it's ideal, but I think that at a certain point, there's going to be so many decisions to be made that there's not enough people to responsibly be able to do it.
That was going quite mainstream in America in like the 20s and 30s, if I remember correctly.
What, technocracy?
Yeah.
In the 20s?
Yeah,
like
20s.
19...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was around then. 40s maybe. Somewhere around that period.
Well, I mean, I think when we speak of technocracy, like currently, we're talking about artificial intelligence and deep learning programs. So you would have...
No, I'm talking about, the form of government technocracy.
Well,
Is it? I'm sure.
Kind
It's
of,
As far as voting and
that's
stuff.
sort of the current day version of technocracy, is the idea that artificial intelligence and deep learning algorithms would handle aspects of,
I don't know
of the
what the
government.
up-to-date theory of it all is.
Yeah. No,
I just
This
know
is the
that it's-
unified theory of
Oh my
technocracy.
God.
but
I just
no, I mean,
remember
I
watching
think
a documentary about it and it being popular in like the 20s or some shit. That's all.
no, I think it's inevitable, because you got to realize there's just so many decision points are going to be made that key leaders should not have to be making. I mean, like 2,000 decisions a day. You can't expect any person to be educated and make 2,000 decisions a day. So leave a lot of the small stuff to artificial intelligence. Leave the more key aspect, key game-changing decisions to the politicians and president, executive branch, and stuff like that. I mean, like just think about this. You don't think crime is going to become technocratic in the future? Like the justice system? Like, oh my God, there's no fucking way it doesn't. There's no conceivable future in which we have like a $5 billion NSA complex in Utah, that has been collecting metadata, for a decade now, where some of that doesn't get used.
In the xenobytes.
Yeah. Like you don't build something like, even in America, where we spent like $1 trillion on roads to nowhere under Obama, we really actually don't normally spend money on roads to nowhere. And even then, all that money wasn't spent on roads to nowhere. A lot of it was spent efficiently and responsibly. But the entire architecture of expanding state surveillance, it's going to continue. It's going to get better, and it's going to save a shit ton of lives. And it should continue, and it's good.
Yeah, in this country, the government passed a law where your internet provider has to store your complete browsing history. Every website that you go on is logged.
Yeah, you're talking about the GCHS, right?
Oh, I don't know the fucking.
Yeah, that is what it's.
Mate.
Pretty sure it's what it's named.
Trust you,
No.
the nerd, to know the fucking.
No.
technical.
Well,
But yeah,
I'm huge. I'm huge on this, because I actually think if there's one way, like, I mean, talking donkey. I don't.
Yeah.
How are you on Islam? Do you find it a relevant modern threat?
I find it the preeminent threat of our day.
Yeah,
Okay.
against
So-
all humanity, mate.
No. So I can tell you right now, if you consider Islam, and let's even, and it doesn't have to be Islam. Really, what we're talking about is religious males, who are not being laid, are being exposed to terrible ideologies, and doing bad
Irrational
things,
thinking. Yeah.
and irrational thinking, and doing terrible things.
Yeah.
Now, I've named Islam, but there's also a few other ideologies I've named in there, and you can probably guess them. How do you solve a group primarily radicalized in online spaces and in spaces where they are traditionally in-group areas, with connected cells that are normally done also online, and find a counter TTP to this? It is some sort of surveillance.
Yeah. There's no way around it, really.
There is no way around it.
And here in the
that is-
United States, you certainly get into
David.
some constitutional
David, I have a question.
problems with it.
Yes.
What's wrong with the government? To a degree, collecting metadata, and to a degree, surveillance.
I'm
question
the someone asked. No, like, I'm hugely in favor of that.
Yeah,
I'm a big state surveillance guy. Like, I don't see a good future in which America doesn't do that. And to a larger extent, I don't see a good future across the world where, like, the UCFR, the GCHS, and stuff like that, because they've stopped sharing intelligence with America, and this is hugely scary. I don't see.
Actually have to stand on its own 2 feet for once.
No,
being
I
propped
don't-
up
I don't-
by
I don't-
an experienced world power.
I don't like that. And by the way, we can start to go into the history of how you almost got blockaded into starvation. But But no, I mean, I don't see a good future in where the world together doesn't operate under a shared intelligence community.
Yeah, of course, there's going to come a day when certain things go beyond political and geographical boundaries, and this is the real question, and is actually something that is actually happening. Is there's a group at the moment that are promoting a parliamentary division of the UN for us to vote as individuals, to have our vote on global issues, basically things like climate change, things like economics, things like
a one world order.
Yes.
Well, no.
One world order. One could say a new world order.
Here's the thing, though. At a certain point, and I guess we can transition from terrorism, because I think we're in agreement. Like, you can't really handle terrorism, especially when there's cells talking across multiple countries, multiple lines, multiple Greenwich lines, and multiple infrastructures and stuff like that. You need to necessarily have some sort of intelligence sharing, because, like, hey, imagine there's a guy in the U.S., right, and he let's imagine the Zarnev brother that actually survived. So that guy we find out he has 100 phone calls to some dude in Pakistan, right?
Right.
Now, how do we get the access to that conversation? So in the U.S., that architecture, the ability to do that is pretty much not there. We can't record all this stuff. However, Pakistan, much less traffic. Much less traffic. Capabilities are increased. Number one, should we be giving them some foreign aid money to develop these systems and share them with the U.S.? Absolutely. Cutting off this aid under conditions is dumb. And B, you have to have some sort of level of a memorandum of understanding and reciprocity when it comes to this. So it's like, hey, I got this guy. He's been talking to your guy. We couldn't tell what he said. We want to know if you know what he says. And there has to be a reason, that X country actually goes, yeah, we'll give that to you. And that is a unified focus, a unified goal, shared intelligence, and some sort of common operating picture. There has to be all of that. There has to be the new world order and the one world government, globalism, fucking 2020 and stuff.
Yeah. I don't think globalism is going to happen anytime in the next 100 years.
No, it's gonna take
something. Absolutely not. But I think it's inevitable eventually.
Yeah,
it is inevitable because, well, you already talked about it. You said earlier that monopolization is inevitable.
There it is.
Yeah.
And the same thing is going to happen with people. I don't understand how people don't get that.
David, shut up. We need to hear from Paul for a little while. Paul, what are your thoughts on all this?
This is interesting. I mean, technology certainly has changed the nature of everything these days. Obviously, when it comes to surveillance, or it comes to cameras, or recording. Back in the day, you would, I run that through the lens of the U.S. Constitution, and back in the day, you could do none of that without, definitely infringing on someone's rights. Whether you want to watch them, you would have to, break and enter into their property in order to plant a camera or a bug. This day and age, the technology exists that you can definitely, have surveillance of people without molesting them in any way whatsoever.
Well, real quick, Paul.
Yeah.
So I think you're talking about
You just made Kelly's day. I see what she said in the chat, and I was like, how can I get Paul to say something long enough for her?
But you're talking about the Fourth Amendment, so unreasonable search and seizure.
Correct. Yes.
Right. So the other part that people need to understand is that the internet, as soon as something transmits from a wire or a signal past your house, it's a Supreme Court case to decide whether that's a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
Exactly. It depends on who owns the cables on which they were transmitted, etc.
Yeah, whether Verizon is willing to work with the government, things like that. I mean, and these are important things. I mean, obviously, there's a good Yeah, I'm like stuttering because this is actually kind of exciting. But there's actual what is it? Virtual eminent domain laws that are being considered,
Yeah.
being that it is in the interest of the public sphere to have access to this multiplex,
Mhm.
to have access to this data hub, pretty much. And like me, I'm one of those guys who I'm just like, I don't see a bad argument against this. Because if it's not slowing traffic, I mean, net neutrality is a different thing, but if it's not slowing traffic and it's being used in defense of justice and in the, what is the issue? I mean, we have so many weird Supreme Court cases going up all the time, but like the next 100 years, especially in regards to this, and then
There's
in
going to be some
regards,
interesting cases. Yes.
oh yeah, and then
When are we
also
gonna get cloning sorted out.
How do we get what?
cloaking.
Cloning.
Oh, cloning. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I was actually about to say
that'll
is
take something from the Supreme Court to fucking change, won't it?
well, biology just
That's
in general.
That's the thing you said about the next 100 years.
Yeah.
The next 100 years is going to be absolutely insane for the changes of laws and changes of thinking and the doing of things. And I especially think that cloning is on the horizon big time.
Oh,
Have you seen that TV show Alternate Carbon that's on Netflix?
I have not yet.
Oh my god, mate. I'm just living in that like daydream of that show because basically they put this like chip in the back of your skull and download what is basically you, and then that way you can be beamed to another planet and download into another sort of what they call a sleeve, which is just another body, and you can have any body you want that you can have cloned. Mate, that would be amazing.
Jay, how do you download a soul into a CD? Okay.
Mate, I don't know.
No.
Science will work that shit out. I just want it to happen. I'm not saying I'm gonna work it out.
See,
I'm just saying they're gonna work it out. That's what science is for, mate. You know, they'll work this shit out.
So, Paul, have you seen this show? Your thoughts?
Which show are we talking? Fake podcast?
Altered Carbon.
Oh, no.
Fuck, dude, fuck the fake podcast. That show is garbage. Don't watch that shit.
I have not seen the show. It sounds interesting though.
Good Netflix series.
See,
actually.
he looks like taken aback. He's like, no, I have watched the fake podcast. It's okay. Actually, so no, Paul. So thoughts on the fake podcast?
Thoughts on the page? Okay, well, first of all, disclaimer: I don't go as far back as the Papa and Penguin.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that show.
I came on board about a year ago, and
okay,
and I loved it. I certainly loved your contribution to it. I thought Esau was definitely good comedy relief, but to basically make a long story short, I think it's found a very good landing spot currently.
Well, thank you so much. I wholeheartedly agree. It's
you guys have a very nice balance.
Yeah, well, it's cool because James isn't very much in the weeds on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of things that I'm way more in the weeds on. But when he is actually interested in a subject, like, dude, he's like,
let me cite you Section 54 of Senator Ginsburg's dissenting opinion on the Heller versus DC decision dated 2004. And you're like, he's not even looking at his computer right now. He's spinning around in his chair. What the hell is going on?
I do appreciate him bringing that to the table.
No. I love it because
nerds. That's what you lot are.
I
want to see change, but you lot are just like, I want to see change, but just gone with all the nerd talk with it as well.
Hey, research.
Hey, the AIU wing needs a political division, and we are that political division, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's what it's propaganda division as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I do propaganda so well. I mean, the thing is, and I was talking about this with Amy, is that it's so much two me's. There is the me as I'm being right now, and I'm not even really being like super me. But then there's just the me on the fake podcast, which is okay, and how do you feel about gun control? And
right.
It's so nice to be able to fly off the handle and stuff like that, but that's just not the nature of our show. I get the allure to blood sports and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's so played out on YouTube these days.
It is.
And that's one of the things I appreciate about the Pig podcast is you guys will actually take on issues and talk about them rationally without introducing so much emotion and just tearing off on tangents. There's plenty of that.
Oh yeah.
See, this is what I love about doing the Jamie show with Jamie is the fact that you never know what kind of episode you're going to get. 1 minute you can have like an absolute, emotional, adrenaline rush, kind of energetic live stream. The next thing you can have is talking about depressing shit or having a bitch fest, basically, and I love it.
Or foreskins.
Or false.
Oh my god! Wait, Jay, were you in the Discord earlier when we talked about poop for a straight hour?
Yes, I was. I was hoping you would not bring the poop conversation back.
No. I just want to explain that I was able to make the Atheism is Unstoppable Discord talk about poop for like a straight hour. There's a certain point at which I literally left for like 20 minutes because I went out to go smoke and throw some clothes in the laundry. And I came back and they were still talking about poop. It was amazing. Like, going back to advertising.
I left as well. And I came back and you were still talking about poop. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? That's why I tried to break the conversation up.
Dude.
It's like, no, this is done.
No.
You kept bringing it up, talking about wet wipes.
Oh, man. No. That was even before I left.
Yeah.
The wet wipes conversation, which is I am 100% correct on. That was way before, like, I literally left, like, after that for, like, man, so you came in like the first quarter. Now, with this, oh, man, Jay's ping has to be taken out. He's blinking a certain amount of times. He's sending an SOS signal, guys. No.
I'm listening. I'm a little bit drunk, so...
Okay, no worries. So you can answer this, you can... I'm a little drunk too. You can answer this question honestly.
You said, give me 2 hours, man, and I'll be there. Fucking 6 hours later, he's finally free. Okay. I've been at it non-stop since then, mate.
Dude,
so...
hey, my decanter, which is pretty much like the whole thing of yours, is pretty much empty. I don't have to go fill it in a minute. But no. So Paul,
yes,
do you use a wipe when you're done pooping?
Specifically a
no,
nap?
not like a form, like not like a special like combo move. I mean like a baby wipe or a flushable wipe or something.
A wet nap.
Yeah,
he's on about like a wet,
which is like a wet dream but shorter.
Yeah. Do you use one?
I'm I'm old fashioned, man. I stick to the Cottonelle.
Okay,
but
so now question.
And then I always jump right in the shower because it's always the same time.
God, what is up with you people showering after you poop, man?
It's not. It's just that it happens to come that time of day, just prior to a shower. I don't arrange my showers around my.
No. You're the like exception to the rule, and I feel like all of you people are lying. I think all of you people are lying.
When I go for a shit.
No, because
I'm going for a shit.
I'm going to prove it to you right now.
And I don't have a shower afterwards. Like what?
Yeah.
Who's having a shower after they've had a shit? What's that about?
Here's my
hearing here.
Here's my thing, because if you're not gonna take a fucking shower afterward, like if you're gonna take a shower after every time you poop, I don't have an argument against you. The thing is, well, except for that. Just using a baby wipe real quick is like way easier than taking a shower. But however, what I want you to do is get yourself like a little thing of baby wipes.
Okay.
Next time you poop, because I know you're lying to me. I know you're a fucking liar and you're a piece of shit liar. Because you don't take a shower every time you poop.
Well, no, it's not. I don't arrange my showers around my poops. It's just
I just don't believe you. Can you understand? Can you understand, Paul, that I talked to a dirty, filthy, fucking shit liar?
Again.
Are you just baiting me into a poop conversation?
No. We're about to leave
this up really quickly.
No.
We're do is to take a shit and wipe your ass with a wet wipe next time. That's it. End of conversation.
No.
I don't know if I can give an honest answer.
No. So after you're done pooping and you're doing your traditional stuff, right? What I want you to do is take a wet wipe, baby wipe, whatever you call it, and then just do one final swipe. You're going to be horrified, and it's going to change your life. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
What
Right, are we done with
specifically?
this
What's
now?
going to horrify me?
Oh my God. You have no idea how much poop you leave behind just using basic toilet paper. It's disgusting.
Yeah, no.
Right.
See, and that's why I'm actually have always been kind of aware of how do you say bathroom.
That's why he's
Oh
like,
my
that's
God.
why I always take a shower first.
Why,
No, we're
why
moving
are we
on.
having a poop conversation yet
Hey,
again?
no, jury
I can't
duty.
believe
Jury
this.
duty. Jury duty. Jury duty.
What?
How much do you get paid? How much do you get paid in the UK to be on jury duty?
I don't fucking know. I've never done jury duty. I didn't even know you got
Because
paid.
you're a fucking criminal. No, oh, what?
No, I'm on the electoral roll, so I just got to wait for them to send me a letter, I think. I
Wait,
don't know.
wait, you're on the electoral roll, so if you're like a felon, you can't vote?
No, you can still vote if you've got criminal
Oh,
convictions.
I was going to say, what country would ever allow felons not to be able to vote? I mean, that would be like a fucking
It's
horrible dystopian.
barbaric, mate. What's that all about?
It'd
Not
be like a
letting-
horrible dystopian country. Fuck! God damn it, America. Shit. No, but
Roll
do you know we get paid like
Britannia,
$25 a day to be on jury duty?
What? $25 a day? That what?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you
I was
get
actually
free lunch and dinner?
That's not even a lunch and dinner in America. Well, depending on where you are. Some places it is.
And if it's a big trial, they'll put you up and feed you.
Ooh,
Yeah, but-
now we're
but
talking.
still-
So we're getting a little vacation if it's a nice long trial.
No,
aren't we?
but
Yeah,
this is
it's
kind of
usually the
ridiculous,
motel and
right?
Takeout.
Like, are we staying at the Season Hotel?
No.
5 Seasons? Or the Ritz, maybe?
No,
What's that?
staying at Nakano Lodge and eating takeout.
But I mean, like, I
To be honest
asked
with you, I think the jury system needs to be completely reformed. I'm all up for how they do it in Germany with
artificial intelligence. Totally agree with you, man. Dude,
no, with a
we're getting
panel of
there.
judges.
Oh.
mate.
Oh, with what?
Panel of judges. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure that's how they do it in Germany. I can't remember. It's
It-
one of the European
the-
countries.
here's one of the weird things about all of us when we look at all of each other is that it's normally just like a comparison of antiquities and formalities, and we really have no idea what's going on behind the background. Like in America, we're like, okay, so there's like one guy there, there's the bailiff over there, there's the recorder over there, there's 12 people over there, and we go like, yeah, that feels natural. And then we see like, you know, like the UK, and we're like, okay, there's 3 people up there, there's 6 people over here, there's 4 people over here, there's 2 here, and 1 guy over there.
And
That's
a bunch of them are
fucking
wearing wigs.
Yeah, like, and we're like, that's fucking weird. What the fuck are these assholes doing? This is barbaric. No, and I think a lot of it is just that we, like, as an entire world, and this is why we need globalism 2020 and, you know, like, you know, New World Order. We just don't know how to try people yet, because there's obviously problems with all these systems. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very much in favor of eliminating prisons 100% across the board.
And replace them how?
What you
Okay.
replaced them with?
Oh, dude, I got you guys so good. So here's how we're gonna replace prisons, right? We're gonna get rid of all the prisons. I mean, obviously keep the
Oh,
keep the buildings.
Oh,
We're not gonna
smart.
throw those away.
keep going, David.
Any murders or rapists, we just kill them. That's it.
I'm against the death penalty, mate.
Yeah, that sucks for you. Thanks for not being American. You don't get a vote on this. But all the rest of the people, like, if you go in for drugs, man, we like put you in a rehab. Like, if you go in for like stealing, we like put you in a Job Corps.
Hey, why am I getting arrested for doing drugs, man? Why are you being so like?
Oh, no. Well,
Listen.
we need to eliminate that like first, but I don't think we can do these things at the same time. One of them has to come first. I'm obviously in favor of legalizing like all drugs and then just having corporations just make the shit out of them, and then having the FDA come in and be like, you will label every ingredient and stuff like that. Like, I think that's a great
Yeah,
way.
yeah, regulate the fuck out of it, mate.
Yeah,
That's-
regulate and tax the shit out of it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
legalize
exactly.
all of it. Yeah, and then like all of a sudden, like Mexico is just sending their best people because all the rest of them don't exist. There are no more drug dealers or rapists and stuff. Yeah, no, I mean, like there's ways of doing this, man. There's ways of making the prison system pretty much be, you know, like irrelevant, or like definitely not housing 2.6 million people like it is in America today. It's like literally there's more people in prison than there are Muslims. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Wow.
I
Is that true?
Yes,
I-
there are more people. No, no, oh, no. We're
Right,
talking about
so-
in the U.S., not worldwide.
Obviously, we're going to
That'd be
have those
ridiculous.
ones that commit
Oh,
like,
yeah.
serious crime, you know, that are going to commit murder, commit rape, and things like that, and you are going to have to lock them up and whatnot.
No.
Things. Well,
No,
rehabilitate.
why? No. So tell me. So here, like, because I'm actually not joking so much. I'm being a little bit hyperbolic and stuff like that. But I actually do definitely think you can eliminate prisons. Tell me a situation in which we're going to need a prison.
Oh yeah, I mean, but to eliminate prisons, we're going to have to completely overhaul the way we do education and the way we do job creation. For example, we would have to create absolute free education, free healthcare.
No. No one's asking
Because
about
these things lead
thing-
to a lot of criminal behavior. They lead to drug dealing. They lead to criminal gang behavior and so on due to
Well,
various other things.
So we already have like an operation, I guess, probably best way to put it, but called Job Corps. And what they do is they take low income, small criminalized people. So like instead of going to jail for like a fucking 2-week stint or something, they'll go into Job Corps, which is pretty much like a military basic training camp, kind of like a weak ass one. They have to wear uniforms.
Every week.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question because what you're making me think here is what this all comes down to is everyone's basic need is for money to cover the basic costs, right?
Oh, am
So
I in
are
favor
you
of universal basic
Yes.
income?
Yeah.
So I'm actually not in favor of universal basic income. I am, however, in favor of universal basic services. So
Yeah.
I am the UBS guy as opposed to the UBI guy.
So, for example, free electric, free gas, free water,
Yes.
free
Yes.
internet.
Well,
yeah.
it's not
I
free.
agree with that as well. Because
It's
I
not
think
free.
I
but-
think
but
handing
yes.
out money only devalues actual currency.
I think the best solution is somewhere in between the two. For example, subsidies for those that need it, but at the same time, I think some form of universal income, because at the end of the day, true freedom is freedom in having choice. In
David is
spending.
slurring. He's sounding like the gun owns guy. I am the gun owns guy. God, no, dude. Kelly,
Was that
did
true?
you actually?
See, David's like, shit, I got a stream with the war kettle. I better roll out with the gun just in case that fucking
Did you-
red cults try and come at me across a fucking computer screen.
No, hopefully the guy, because he's
See, I
kind of
brought
nice.
Paul in just to be your backup, mate, so you wouldn't feel so like on your own, a fellow Yankee. I see that flag there, Paul.
Oh, I ain't hiding it.
Yeah. I know.
Okay, I'm gonna have to leave in a second, and I'll come back, but because I gotta get more drunk.
Yeah,
but-
damn right.
But Jesus Christ, like I'm talking to this gun owns dude today, and it's like, I'm like, hey, obviously we should have like mandatory safety training and storage laws prior to your first purchase. And he's like, no, totally disagree. And I'm like, dude, so there's like 2,900 people every year who shoot themselves accidentally, right? Like we could probably chop that number in half by just, having safety classes so people understand how to do things. And he goes, well, I shot myself
That
too.
comes to a prime example of what I was saying about the overhaul of the education system. There's so much things that I think that education needs to cover.
No,
Do you,
but,
for example, do you get taught how to do your taxes when you're at school?
if you take certain economics classes, yeah, but otherwise,
Not
no, there's not
mandatory,
like a
no.
generic category.
Exactly, it's not mandatory. Same with law. Like, for example, in this country, if you go to court for doing something and you say, "Oh, I didn't know that was against the law," that's no excuse. You get done for that.
Oh yeah,
But you don't get taught basic law at school, do
But-
you?
not if you
again,
don't take
it
political
depends.
science,
Right.
and even then
Not
you'd have to
mandatory,
be in
Well,
like poli
Even
sci
in this
2.0.
country, it's a lot worse because we didn't even have those classes. So, well, the
But-
schools
but
I
we're-
went to anyway. So,
But we're talking about a guy who is named like Run and Gun News, who after he bought his first firearm, shot himself because he didn't really know how to use a firearm, and he's against having a mandatory safety class prior to your first purchase of a firearm. Like, I don't know how to fix that. Like if someone who literally shot
if I'm right in
themselves.
thinking, isn't it comes down to a lot of this whole like bullshit about states' rights and how
No, it wasn't even
states
states' rights.
operate.
No, it wasn't even states' rights. He was like,
No,
I'm the
but
one
I
to.
mean, when
I'm
they sell the guns, like it's all over the board on like how you have to buy a gun. Like some states you have to.
No, there's no state, and all this is because of the issue with the 2A and how it's felt. There is not a single state in the U.S. where you mandatorily have to take a fucking safety class.
Well, I don't know. I just know that some states are different with the way that they fucking buy guns. I know that some states you can just roll up to a fucking store and.
No. So there's man, it's really I'm
Listen.
not gonna. I actually spent an hour and a half today. If you want to go watch that fucking thing, go watch it later. I don't, but
I just think guns are mental. What are you all doing?
yeah,
over
no,
guns? Like,
I'm halfway there. Like,
see,
because
my view is like the population shouldn't have guns, and I think there should be somewhere that you can go and shoot guns. So like,
yeah, no, like a range.
yeah, like some awesome ranges, some targets, all that shit.
Yeah,
You can fire whatever gun you want that they have.
Jay. So I'm the American version of you, right? And like, because I was talking today on this thing, and I was like, "Hey, man, like automatics and like bump fire stocks and fucking Gatling triggers, which I don't even think you want to know what that is, but it's literally a trigger you can just put in like a normal AR-15, and then it operates like a Gatling gun. Like you'll spin it, and it hits like 3 rotations, and I'm like, yeah, like leave all this shit at the ranges." You know, like let people have their normal guns, like things that they need for defense and shit like that, and have all this cool shit at ranges. And that's what you go to do.
Here's where the argument breaks down.
Yourself? Why do you need to defend yourself? Why do you need to defend yourself with a fucking gun? What's that all about?
Dude, if I could make guns go away, like I'd love to. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm hold on.
We did. Watch.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
I know. Here's the thing.
One school shooting, mate.
I have to retain relevancy. Okay, so like I can't. I'm being like a crypto authoritarian right now. Like I can't do all this at one point, right? Like I gotta be like nice to them first.
You gotta lure them in.
Yeah, and I gotta lure them in, dude. We didn't say this. Oh wait, hey, you guys do you. I'll be right back in like 4 minutes, okay?
All right, Dave.
4 minutes with the war kettle all by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. I'm gonna come back and this will be filled. And by the way, someone tweeted Team J. And I'm gonna go retweet that shit because I'm also Team J.
Who isn't?
I just seen that Gandalf's just rolled up. He's getting a fucking wrench, mate. So yeah, basically my plan is to see how fucking wankered I can get David tonight. And it turns out can't handle his fucking booze for shit. So yeah, let's have fun.
Well, I'm just taking wee sips of my Jack Daniels here because I'm more of a Jameson's drinker than Jack Daniels. But...
Oh mate, I got some beautiful Captain's Morgan in here.
Ah, you like this a bit of the rum, huh?
Yeah, I filled this up at the start of the night and I'm still going. David was being late.
I got some beers going, but just sipping the whiskey.
Oh, you're going fucking...
Who else is drinking? Anyone else drinking tonight?
Straight out the bottle, fair play. I'm diluting mine a little bit with the old Pepsi.
Just little sips. You get your beer to chase it. You know?
No, you've done the old whiskey chaser. Fair enough. I got no beer, so I'm going the old rum and coke. Basically.
Is it still snowing there?
Last time I looked out the fucking window, it was, mate. It's crazy.
It's starting to look more like New England than England.
Oh, I can't believe it. It was crazy, especially with the trains. I was lucky. They're all getting cancelled, all the buses, everything. And everywhere is just dead. There's like no one out whatsoever.
They don't cancel anything here anymore for snow.
Oh,
you get 10 inches of snow, they won't call off schools.
Tiniest bit of fucking snow and shit, and that's it. The fucking country grinds to a halt, and that's it. Especially if it happens to London. Boom.
Yeah, we get that if we get the ice storms. You'll shut everything the fuck down if we get the ice storms. Because we get them bad. Bad. Are we talking about the weather?
We are. Let's see what's going on in the chat.
Who is here? I can
We got
barely
an-
see the chat.
Jamie, and a Marino, and a Gendel, and a James, and a Grant, and a
Grant is
Kelly.
drinking a
Ooh,
pink martini, eh?
Kelly Noodles here. Ooh.
Marino's nursing a wine cooler. All right.
I think since Kelly's here, I'm just going to click on Paul, so he should be presenting the whole time. Oh,
Sure, you get the American flag in there.
unfortunately, I am saying that, but yeah. No,
Get
Gendel,
her up
it's
on
spelled Jay, but Will spells it Jey, so I adopted it because it's awesome. Just for randomness. Jamie.
Jamie.
It is a very British thing to do, mate. Talk about the weather. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a Dave Matthews lyric. Talk about the weather. I met Dave Matthews.
Oh, David's just asked a question. He hasn't got a wrench. What's that about? Sort that out. Fucking hell. But he's like, kill, marry. Yeah, fuck, marry, kill. Jay, Paul, David. Go, people. Tell us your answers.
Answers, please.
I need another drink though. Running out.
Yeah, I got plenty here. You've got some additional party favors. What are we celebrating anyway?
I'm just continuing Amy's birthday celebration.
That's a goddamn good reason as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Cheers to that.
I sent her the invitation ages ago, but she hasn't fucking come in here. I'm kind of disappointed. What's that about? Not even to say hi. But to Amy, happy birthday, mate. Plus, I wanted to get David absolutely wankered.
David's a good lad.
Plus, I had the excuse to get pissed at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know why she's doing it. How long does it take to make a drink? Jesus Christ, I've already made mine.
He's looking for his wet wipes.
Oh, don't bring that conversation back up, man. Jesus.
No, you're right. I tried to bail halfway, but couldn't.
What's he like? He's a bit obsessed with that one. He's got a couple of conversation points where he's a bit obsessed on, but that's why we love him. We love you, David.
Oh, that makes me think too. Anytime I drink makes me want a cigarette. I've got some.
Hello.
Okay, it's now time for the Jamie Show.
Hey.
Oh my god, I'm really high and I'm laying in bed.
You didn't have to come on, mate. I was just taking
I didn't
that
even know I got
piss.
an invite. You know me, I'm a stream whore. I love it. Of course, I'll come to mine for a bit.
Mate, you should know that if I'm on the fucking streaming, there's always an invite for you.
Oh god, Amy's here. Oh my gosh.
Oh, hey, Jay.
Dude, whenever Amy comes in, I just start rubbing myself, just furiously thinking of Alf. Amy, God, they're both A names. It's hard. Freudian slip. I mean, non-Freudian slip. I don't know.
You're fine, David.
No. So what was the criticism of me? Is that I'm a narcissist? Yeah, fuck criticism.
There was no criticism.
No
Who said you were a narcissist? I mean, you
said
kind
you
of
were-
are, but that's okay.
I mean,
Good lad.
my shrink told me that, but I mean, like, what does he know?
But isn't it a good thing to kind of love yourself?
I'm just joking. I don't know a shrink.
Oh, I totally
conversation points that you're
believe it.
obsessed with. But we love you.
But by the way, no. True to form. This one's gonna be rough.
Let's do it,
You
mate.
can do it, David. You can do
I
it.
know, I can, but you're about to see like a breakdown on this stream. Like get
Oh, I
Ethan in here. Get Ethan in here, and we're gonna get Ethan or Alf in here, and we could actually start to see some like naked breakdancing.
Oh my god.
Like
I'm gonna have
I'll
to
go
drink
Kelly,
more for
I'll go Kelly Noodle on an Aaron stream in here, okay?
Oh my god.
Like I'll make it happen.
Oh my lord.
Oh
See the
man.
chat. Sorry guys, but hi.
So you're in bed right now.
Yeah, I'm just
It's like
laying here.
8:30.
I'm old. I just
No,
turned
that's true.
30.
You're 30. Yeah. Hey, I'm 3 years older than you. Okay, like
No,
I'm
Yeah,
it's
but
I'm
you're
bad.
still
mad.
up.
It doesn't count.
I'm still up.
Amy, what are you doing? Why are you in? What time did you say it was? 8 o'clock.
8:30.
8:30.
I'm not going to sleep. I'm just relaxing because I'm really high.
Why are you in furrykin outfit?
You should be like sat at your computer, living life to the max, mate.
Oh my god, I'm too high to do anything.
And
I sound
I'm
like an idiot right now.
I'm drinking. It's all about the degeneracy, mate.
behavior, mate.
Mate, I'm telling you right now, your life is going to change over the next year. I'm telling you, because
Yeah, you think so?
yeah, hanging out with me is going to be bad for you. Trust me.
Good.
Trust
Oh my
me.
god! Oh my god! Ethan is like the only one in here who isn't wrenched. I love it. No, just keep
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah,
No, just keep that.
Oh, you
That's
don't
the
need to
policy
tell
everywhere. It's for just that reason that everyone in here can just hover over his name, and he knows that anyone here could just time him out.
Jay.
Well, anyone but Sean.
And you know what? Since we're talking about timing him out, we're gonna time him out. Bye for 300 seconds, Ethan.
Jamie.
So
I love Ethan. He's amazing. Because like without Ethan, what is the point? But
yeah,
you know.
you in the archetypical like Pitch Perfect 5, right? Like children of the queens or whatever. You don't have the bully without the guy who gets shoved in a locker.
Yeah.
And you have to have the guy that's shoved in the locker. I mean, it's the same thing like under the Wolfowitz doctrine. You always have to have this sort of global enemy so that a country can have this unifying purpose. I mean, it's very much needed. By the way, how do you get away with smoking in your house? I don't get this.
Me or him?
No, I can't see you, Amy. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Amy,
smoke
get
in my
off your
house,
bed
too.
and fucking
Why do you
get
guys
on your
smoke in your
laptop, mate.
house? That
Come
is
on.
that is ultimate degeneracy.
Get on the degeneracy, Amy. Get in
I'm
here
going to
now.
do that just now, as a
Oh
matter
my
of
god, I
fact.
can't get up right now.
Yeah, you can. You've got the power, mate.
Oh my God, is Paul about to smoke in the house too?
Yes, I am.
God,
You gave me the great idea. And it's not marijuana either. It's a cigarette.
yeah, like how
Oh,
do you,
now we're talking real degeneracy. Get on it. Yes.
Jay.
but how do you
What
guys
you
smoke
need
in
to
your
get
house?
off your bed, get in front of the laptop. Come on, mate. Come on.
Oh my god.
No, but I mean, like, how do you guys smoke in the house?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It's such a gross.
It's
Well,
disgusting.
cigarettes I don't smoke in my house, but weed doesn't
Yeah.
do very much, and I don't smoke very much in my house anyway.
Ditto.
This room is pretty much I reserve for degenerate behavior of all sorts.
Degenerate baby.
I
I
second. I second that, mate. Definitely.
Man, it's just so.
Degeneracy hate.
Did he like dip his? I feel like he just dipped his cigarette in like Sherm or something.
You'll
Yeah,
never
what?
know.
You want to get wet? Dude, have you ever done PCP? It's actually like not at all like what people make it out to be.
No, I've never done any of the exotics or anything you damn kids are on these days.
Oh no! So let me actually. It's like I did it when I was like
cocaine, because I know David likes a bit of cocaine.
no. I actually don't. So
Shut up.
funny. No. Funny story. I have a.
No.
It's not a no. No, I forget what it's called, but it's like I have some sort of deficiency. So things like lidocaine and stuff like that. Like so, when I normally get work done to my teeth, I either have to go under or they have to give me like 8 shots of whatever because I just have a natural sort of immunity to it. It
Yeah.
doesn't process the same in my system. So no, like cocaine for me really doesn't do anything. So like I can do like a Whitney Houston line, and what happens is that my speech.
What's a Whitney Houston line?
A big
So
big
we're
fucking
no.
A big one?
So no. This is a categorical measurement, right? So you have a 4 foot you have a 4 foot table by 3 feet, and you have a standard line across the entire 4 feet, and you do the entire line. Now, this would normally be enough to kill like most first timers, and it would be the biggest high that most regular people, sort of get. For Whitney Houston, this sort of makes her, she gets a little bit of some weird stuff in the back of her throat, and her nose gets a little bit numb, and she talks, like a word or two a minute faster. That's sort of me. Yeah. So when I do cocaine, and I've even done good cocaine back when I was like 16, 17, but it pretty much does nothing for me. Like, it's an irrelevant drug, and it costs a lot of money. Well, especially back then, I don't know what it costs a day.
You paid for it? What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Oh my god, man!
You're an amateur if you're paying for it. Jesus.
Oh well, I haven't been at this point in my life where I've been invited to like a lot of Donald Trump parties, so I don't really know how to get this stuff for free.
Mate, I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah, right? If there's anything I've learned in my life, it doesn't matter what side you lean politically. There's always drugs and there's always alcohol and there's always degenerate behavior.
See, that's actually what I like, is that I like alcohol just because it's for me, very relatively harmless sort of substance. Like, I've never had a DUI. I've never hit like my wife or a girlfriend or my kids or anything like that. But I mean, I have like this Russian Australian background, so I'm pretty sure my genetics sort of know how to handle alcohol, and they're pretty good with it. I can't say in the past, like, because before I was 18, I did like every drug under the sun, and I was terrible under pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
And like I would not touch probably most of the drugs that I ever did before I was 18. And then luckily I joined the military, and then they just go, hey, you can only touch one drug, and that drug is this. So, and you have to be responsible with it. So that's pretty much what I've been.
I didn't really start experimenting.
David?
What's up?
When did you leave the military?
What do I do in the military?
No, when? When do you leave?
So technically that's an open answer. The earliest will be, I guess, 2024. So it'll be my retirement date.
Wow.
But the Army can keep you on past that. So
if all goes well, 2024, yeah.
What's up?
So if all goes well, 2024.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'd like to get out. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm open to differences. So every year after your 20 years.
What it is, mate, is I'm just planning like this massive degenerate party for when you leave the military, mate. I've got something special cooking right now, and I just need a date so I can plan it all.
Dude, he's gonna training day me. He's gonna be like, hey man, hey, you gonna smoke this cigarette? Don't be a bitch. And then he's
Don't be a bitch.
And then he's gonna be like, I didn't know you like to get wet crunk. like deep and all this stuff at the same time. But like, dude, did you just put heroin, methadone, cocaine, meth, and Sherm all in one cigarette? And he'd be like,
David,
yeah,
the question here really is, do you watch Chris Dangerfield?
Yeah, no, I do watch Chris Dangerfield. Well, not
excellent. We're going to one of his parties when you get out the fucking army.
Okay. No, I mean, I joked about that dude. Do you know he's moving from Thailand now to Cambodia?
Yeah, I'm going to see him on Tuesday, mate.
Yeah. He finished off all of the ladyboys, and now he has to literally move. It's like every single person is just, it's like an extra.
I'll ask him because I'm seeing him on Tuesday. So I'll be like, so David's got this theory that the reason you're going there is because you've run out of all the ladyboys in Thailand.
It's not a theory. It was confirmed on a Devon stream. Chris Dangerfield already said, like, yeah, that's pretty much the reason I'm moving.
Hang on,
like,
was that
he's joking. He's joking and I'm joking, but in every joke, in every stereotype, in everything, there's always a nugget of truth.
With Dangerfield, there's always the truth there.
There's always the truth. Oh.
But big love to Mr. Dangerfield.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of exotic drugs. Of course, marijuana, LSD, cocaine.
LSD, what's this, the 60s, Paul?
Yes. A little acid, mate. At a Dave Matthews concert. And it was a good time.
Sounds epic.
And I remember the last line of cocaine I did, saying to myself, "This will be the last line of cocaine I ever do," and it was.
Yeah. How many times have I said that?
Until the war kettle comes to the States, right?
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Is he gonna come to the States?
Fucking room.
I kind of feel like I have to, mate. But there's a lot of places I want to go. So I'm actually going to Cyprus in September.
By the way, I just angered my wife and she left the room. No, I was about to be like, hey guys.
Yeah, fuck her off, mate. We're going MGTOW on tonight.
No, we're not going
MGTOW, man. MGTOW tonight.
I looked, like, she came in and she turned on the TV and like started like scrolling through the channels. I looked at her and I was like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, I'm alive. And then I was like, I thought we had like the stare down, like where we were transmitting information via infrared. And then obviously it didn't work because I was like literally about to turn and be like, hey guys, well, me and my wife are gonna like watch some shit in bed. I'm sorry I didn't finish this drink with y'all. You know, cheers or something. And then she just like gets up and she's like, this is our fucking room. And I'm like, oh my god. Dude, I'm so
hanging out with degenerates too, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, like my version of degeneracy, like 9 o'clock, you know, hop in bed, watch some like cop show I don't fucking like, and while I like look at my cell phone and read like Politico. That's my version of degeneracy.
Well, that's changing tonight, son. You're on the walkout.
Oh god. Well, my wife's just probably gonna come in here in like a little bit and Russian Deadpool me. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But
no, on cam at least. First of all,
both of my children are absolute scumbag isn't the word. What would be the word? High energy contrarians. That's a good one. That doesn't sound like scumbag at all. And they get it not from one person's genetics, but from both of us. So like,
wow.
Like if there's gonna be the next Hitler, it's gonna be my daughter. I'm telling you right now. She's gonna separate all the juices by concentration. I swear to God. So, man, Amy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my computer to load here. What? Awesome. Well, Amy,
can you run the Jamie show for me while I go and drain the python?
What?
He's got to drain the pipes.
He's got to drain the python. I'm going for a fucking piss, mate. Run the show.
I know. I understand.
Awesome.
I like how I'm the only one who knew what he was doing. I'm like, dude, he's got to drain the pipes. So Amy, yeah. What'd you do on your 30th birthday anyway? Did you actually did you do good with it? Did you go get into like an interracial gangbang or anything like that? Like anything that we were talking about?
No, I should have got into that. That sounds like a
that's
great idea.
That's what I did on my 30th birthday. And like, I'll never forget it. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh my God, dude. There's a website called black.com. I'm actually on it. So, you know, just go check that out. It was like black.com. We spit roast this faggy cracker, I think is the title of it. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Like, dude, I don't have a gag reflex. I learned that at that time. Like, watch this. Hold on, watch. Like for everyone in camera, like.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't have a gag reflex, and I learned that on black.com. So I mean, it's yeah. Alf. Hey, Alf, I just want to say something. Watch.
Alf's gonna have a new gift tomorrow.
I just want to point that out. I'm just saying.
Amy's got her glasses on. She can see my soul.
I'm too high. Like I look so high that I just can't even get the camera right now.
You can see my soul with those glasses. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Eric is in here. He is the guy I did not rape. I swear, we didn't. Eric, hi. Oh my God, he said hi, Amy. He didn't even say hi, David.
Hi, Eric. I just popped at the chat.
What a cunt. You know I paid for this dude's dinner and this dude's trip to like an awesome music video live, and he just says no. He doesn't even say hi, David. He just says hi now.
There, hi.
Yeah,
David.
hi, David. Wow, an enter in between.
Are you ever happy? Like, what is it going to take?
It's going to take Alf, okay? I mean...
Well, stop scaring him away, David, and maybe you could have Alf, okay?
Yes, we've got futuristic Amy.
Yeah! It's
the Jamie Show.
The Jamie Show.
Yeah, David, you got to try a little hard to get with Alf for a while, I think.
Oh, dude, I'm about to like start, insuring his mother-in-law and stuff like that. Like, we're gonna make this happen. Like, I'm gonna give his family money, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, Alf, like that David guy seems really nice. Like, you're probably gay."
Advertising.
I'm gonna give Eric the link. I'm gonna tweet it to you, okay? Eric?
I thought you were about to say I'm about to give Aaron this link. I'm like, I'm out.
Oh my god. Don't be so fucking rude, bro.
Hang on, this is the Eric guy who is the only male inside the female scumfuck channel.
This is I did not.
This man
this is the guy I didn't even read.
Privilege. So out of all of the scumfucks, not even Devon is in this chat. This chat is all of the 7%ers, and some of those 7%ers are mighty fine, as we know. And this man is in that group.
This is Amy's headgear right now.
So, David, a couple questions. You're in the military currently. You're in the Army.
Yeah, I'm currently in the military in the Army. Yes.
You are enlisted officer.
I am enlisted. Yes.
MOS.
89 Delta.
What?
Rank Staff Sergeant.
Yeah. What's your MOS?
89 Delta.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
EOD Tech.
Okay.
So, over there in the Brits, you probably know them as they're not this anymore, but UXB. Like that's like a famous show you guys had. It's pretty much that.
No idea.
We had EOD attached to us, and I gotta say, I had a great deal of respect for those guys. Fucking badasses.
Oh, thank you. I'm super not a badass. I'm just another dude doing their thing. Oh my god! And here we go, Eric. I didn't even rape. I don't want to say his last name. I guess I don't want to dox him. Eric, how you doing, man?
Oh, one sec. Sorry, I had the regular. Sorry, I just muted that.
What?
Eric.
Hi.
Eric.
Hello.
Eric.
Hello.
Hello, Eric. We can hear you.
God damn it! We were pretending not to notice him talking. He's talking about a regulator. Eric, did or did I not rape you?
There's still a lot of negatives in that. Did I not rape you?
There was no rape.
So it's consensual.
I'm a gentleman. Hey, Eric, as per non-disclosure agreement, you are not allowed to answer any further follow-on questions regarding the rape that did not occur on January 23rd. Okay? Just reminding you.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you two met, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually hung out.
Oh, yeah. They went to a concert
on my
together.
stream last time when I was drunk.
Oh.
Well, no,
And
we also
and
actually
David
met
roasted
in
him.
real life.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about, real life.
Yeah, we met. We saw an awesome concert.
That's what I want to know. Because I'm assuming David put the moves on you.
I did. But it was, Los Angeles, and it was totally in a non-rapey, fully consensual way, if in a time that any of these things occurred.
So, really, how consensual could it be?
Yeah, I was living in LA at the time. Like, David and I were, followed each other on Twitter, and then I crashed a stream with him, Esau, Billy, Grant, and Devin. And that's like, when David found out where I lived, he's like, "Hey, let's meet up." And we were trying to meet up and scheduling. And then David's like, "Hey, I really want to go to this concert. I'll buy your ticket. Like, if you want to hang out."
Buy your ticket.
Sure.
Yep.
Oh shit! So he took you out on a date. shit.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a date. I just paid for like the movie and dinner.
Oh, certain implications there.
Yeah. I mean, at least third base, I'm thinking.
No, but Eric, was it not one of the best nights of your life? That was like amazing.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah, and it was a great after show too.
That smile is priceless.
No. So the funny part is, so after the actual show, I had to go pee, so I went and go pee, and we walked back upstairs, and it was before we hit the bar, and it was like Watsky, and like all the people are just shouting it, and I'm like looking next to Eric, and I'm like fuck, let's go check this out, and we go back in there, and it's the singer who was there with a full orchestra, and the orchestra was only scheduled for a certain time, I guess. And there were some of the other singers there, and he comes out and he goes like, "Hey, I mean, all these people have to leave, but we're actually going on tour after this, so I have all the equipment in the car, and we have this theater until 2:00 in the morning, and the rest of the band people are here, so like fuck it, we just have to move all this equipment in. If you wait 20 minutes, sure, we'll do a show for you guys for like the next 3 hours." And I was like, man, I'd rather spend the next 3 hours not raping Eric. So we left, and it was one of those things I really regret because I had to drive 4 hours back to where I live. But then we went to a bar. It was really loud. We had some drinks. We left the bar because it was too loud. We wanted more of a quiet environment, just to do man-to-man stuff. And we did that, and we talked a lot.
Bet you did.
And about like normal man stuff. And then I walked him to his car, and then I walked
his hand like a true gentleman.
And then no, we didn't hold hands. But then I walked back to my car, and I drove home, and I got home at literally, I think it was like 4:00 in the morning, and then I had to wake up at 6 to go back to work. So, no, it was definitely one of those so
he took it right out of
booty calls dates that that you remember for the rest of your life.
That was the night Roy Moore lost as well.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was during the show they announced that we just heard that Roy Moore lost the election.
Oh man, that was so great. Oh god. Man. That night was so amazing for so many things, and Roy Moore losing is probably the least of them, But yeah, no, it was so great, and I did not rape Eric. I just want to reiterate that.
Oh my god, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. Eric is a wonderful man as well. He actually post the date. He believes in equal opportunity. He actually bought the drinks, our post date drinks. So I mean, dude, it was a great date. Would do 10 out of 10 again.
But how does he feel about you cheating on him with Alfie? You're going off flirting with other men, David. What's that all about?
It's not cheating.
Can you not be satisfied by one man? You have to go after Alfie, and Christy's going to come after you. Because
first of all, I never raped Eric. Second of all, myself and Alf have never had. Myself and Alf
have a little bit worried because Eric is sat here. He's been quiet for a little while now, so I'm starting to worry.
There is no rape, and there is a non-disclosure agreement saying there is no rape. Okay, you face libel and slander, my dude. I will have you know I have a good.
What are you gonna do? Call me to the FBI? Bring it off, bitch. I live in a different country. Fuck you.
I will have the NSA fucking drone your goddamn house.
That's right, mate. I'll have the redcoats landing on your shore before you know it.
I will consider the Morrissey T-shirt as evidence. I've got to factor that in.
The what?
It's a Morrissey fan.
Why is Eric not live?
I'm here. Oh,
I've had like, why is her picture not live?
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
there's that guy.
Hey,
bro. Nice shirt.
He's repping Billy Bong. I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, I was actually, I got out of work and then I went to meet up with an atheist group here in Salt Lake.
Yeah, and
there's
what's
wow.
it?
Yeah, so like that's where I was. So I, like,
what's that like?
I wore. So that's why I wore this wore this shirt tonight.
What's
you wear that
like?
around Salt Lake?
Yeah,
no,
like
no. What's the atheist group like in Salt Lake?
Yeah,
it's amazing to me.
Well, I mean, the thing is about Salt Lake, it's more secular than you would think. Obviously, Mormons, they have they're the dominant culture here. I mean, this is where the temple is. They own the temple owns 95% of downtown. And in Utah is overwhelmingly Mormon, but Salt Lake City, is more secular than you think. Like, I think my brother-in-law told me that Salt Lake City and Park City were like the only two states that like voted democratically.
Mm-hmm.
Were overwhelmingly Democratic in like the last couple of elections.
Yeah, but like you have like an atheist support group. What's that like?
Well, no, it's not really a support group. So far it's just been like what? I'm sorry. What's going on with David right now? Okay. Well, this one was just like meet for drinks, hang out. And then one time we helped Planned Parenthood. Mm-hmm. We volunteered with Planned Parenthood one time, and like they had a table at like a Darwin's birthday celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Darwin Day lecture and stuff.
Yeah, like it was.
Yeah.
Like it was mainly around like with paleontologists, and I got a tour where I got to see a bunch of dinosaur bones. Utah is actually a pretty like rich state for like paleontologists. Like they showed us bones of like newly discovered dinosaurs that they couldn't find anywhere else. Did talk about paleontology and how Darwin. So stuff like that you get involved. That you can, if you're one of the godless like we are, then you can find other people fairly easily here in Salt Lake City.
There's a lot of people who always talk about like the replacement for religion, and I've never really thought about it like to such a weird degree. So the fact that you go to like an atheist support group, it's like, okay, there could be like these sorts of things. I know it's not an atheist support group. I know it's not its name. I mean, like that there is these things out there.
Do you have any recovered Mormons in that group?
Oh, I'm sure.
Or recovering
yeah, there's a couple ex-Mormons.
Did you bang them? I mean, well, because
no.
I think the funniest part is when you look at these like social conditions and stuff like that, a lot of it does seek these baseline evolutionary intuitions, like I need to fuck something, and honestly, like all the church girls are always like super.
I'm sorry, David, but I'm channeling my inner Devon right now, and I feel like, as he would say, we're burying the lead right here, and that is this man is in a group chat with the 7%ers. This shit, my friend.
Yeah.
This shit.
Yeah, dude.
Why can't you?
It is. It's a. It is a 45 by auto ordinance.
Was what you said. In
obviously, I'm not gonna like fucking point an actual loaded weapon in my head. Right. But yeah, no. It's a 45 1911 by auto ordinance.
An actual 1911. That's a beautiful weapon.
Yeah.
I must say.
No.
Is it true what you said in your stream as well that you shot yourself accidentally?
That wasn't me. That was the other guy. No. That was the Second Amendment guy who shot himself.
I thought you said, okay, I misunderstood it because
No,
I thought you said you shot and he said I did too. But
no. It was. Oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe that. By the way, for any of you guys, we had a Second Amendment stream. It's the only reason my 1911, and it's this guy who literally shot himself 5 days after he first purchased a firearm because he did not know really how to properly use this firearm, being against mandatory safety training about firearms prior to first purchase. I don't know how to deal with that. It's almost like that. Yeah, it's like this guy goes like, "Hey man, I accidentally shot myself. Like, I bought this weapon. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it, and I shot myself, and it's horrible." And I go like, "Hey man, let's give you some mandatory training prior to your next purchase." And he goes like, no to that, and on a bigger level, like, fuck that for the world. And I just go, oh, okay. Like, no, he actually went to such a degree, it was hilarious. He goes, it's not my fault. I mean, or no, it's not society's fault. It's my fault for shooting myself because I didn't know what I was doing with a gun at that time. And I was like, well, yeah, that's why we should tell people how to use guns before they buy them. And he just goes like, no, that's horrible. And I'm like, you literally shot yourself, dude. Like,
wasn't it because he didn't realize his gun didn't have a safety?
Yes, which is something I also brought up prior to like him telling the story about how he shot himself. It was
just that little tidbit of information could have saved him a wound.
And by the way, this person was a way more than rational Second Amendment dude. Like, this is actually not a crazy. Like, yeah, I did not bring Dapperton on this show. Like, like one of the biggest things that I said, like,
I still think we're burying the lead here.
What's the lead?
I explained what the lead is.
Yeah,
you are pissed, aren't you?
Dude, no, I'm drunk.
Here. We have a prime example to find out what goes on in the minds of the 7%ers, mate. And you're here talking about some crap that I'm just...
dude, the 7%, they're all talking about banging Alf. Everyone else just get over wanting to bang all these girls. They all want Alf's dick. Okay?
No.
All the 7%, by the way...
We know it's all about Devon.
My next video is making itself right here, right now.
Did Eric just kill a hooker in the background? What the fuck is going on?
How drunk are you, Devon?
No, his colors are just going really weird.
Eric, give us some gossip.
Turning blue. Have you been huffing silver?
Oh, shit.
No, it's not. Yeah, I'm not going like Tin Man. No, I've never huffed paint, so I don't do that.
For the rest of you that don't know, that was fucking Eternal Life Rowan who huffs colloidal silver. Yeah,
and it turns you blue.
It does if you huff too much.
Amy.
Yeah.
Man, there's a band. God damn it. She's like falling asleep. She's so poor.
I'm so tired and hungry.
No, you're so stoned. It's not tired.
I said I'm high too. No, I'm also tired. I went to the gym for
No, party talking in the house tonight. Everybody gonna have a good who is that?
What?
Oh my god.
LMFAO. LMFAO. Party people in the house tonight. Everybody gonna have a good time.
See, infection.
And we gonna make you lose your mind. What's the next line?
I don't know. I forgot.
But it starts going. Bam, 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 bam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to think about who that is.
LMFAO.
No, it's not 303. 303 sounds like this.
LMFAO, you son of a
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh my god, I said that
already. All right, so Eric, basically the one question I want to know, is who is my competition? Who says they love Devon as much as me out of the 7%ers? Who's my rival?
Probably me.
I would say I don't know, like
it is the David show.
They secretly love Marino.
Maybe.
Even though they like
Marino.
Kind of cute. In that polka dot.
So you think I don't have any competition then? You think I can just whisk him away for myself then, yeah?
What? Alfie? Devin.
I'm going to whisk him away for myself, apparently. Because apparently you all secretly, all the 7%ers in the group chat secretly love Marino.
What?
Ooh.
That's the gossip that I'm hearing, mate.
Yeah, I heard it too.
No. Oh.
I mean, I love Marino, but not like that. He likes McLaren too much. McLarens are gay.
So
Someone's gonna clip this and he's gonna kill you.
Yeah, that like those are fighting words with Marino.
I know, that's why I said them. But he knows I'm kidding.
But but you know, kind of going back to what David was saying about like you know, talking about gun control. Yeah, but well, more like gun training. How mandatory gun training. That's the thing is like I used to work for a gun dealer, and so I used to know a lot, very much pro gun people. And crazy thing is, you know, the thing is like none of them would be against like, you know, teaching, you know, what to do proper gun control, you know, training, not control, gun training before they buy and shoot a firearm. But the thing is, it's that libertarian streak in them that like, yes, people should do this thing, but damned if I want me to.
Yeah, libertarianism
it's
down on
much
that argument though, because I mean, I have that very streak myself, and you know, when it comes to the Second Amendment on paper, and in 1790, I can definitely see rallying around that ideal. But again, you juxtapose that with reality, and you just have to cave in. And nobody on that side of the argument seems to be able to deal with reality these days. They can only deal with the emotion and the fact that it's the Second Amendment, one of the Bill of Rights, et cetera, et cetera.
Did you guys see on Twitter today that they got angry because some cancer institute somewhere put obesity is like a huge cause for cancer or whatever? And someone was like, "Oh my God, this is so disgusting! How can they do this?" Like,
that's hate speech.
What the fuck? Like, it does cause cancer.
I am hate speech. Deal with it, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. It was like, you know, screaming that. I saw something like that. The ridiculous Twitter lynch mob that, you know, just drove me crazy today was people going after that Boogie guy. You know, that game streamer.
Yeah.
It was about like how
208 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, after him because like there was the news that Trump was meeting with like, you know, video game executives because of, you know, somehow video games are way too violent for people. And Boogie, who is not a Trump, didn't vote for.
Sorry, Eric.
Yeah.
I just want to be. Sorry, Eric, mate. I have to stop. I just want to be a responsible Brit here. But David, mate, right?
What?
What are you doing with that gun, man?
Oh, I'm just taking it apart and cleaning it while you guys are talking.
David's a cool guy, playing with a firearm while he's drunk.
There's no ammo anywhere near me. The nearest ammo for this weapon is literally in a safe about 10 feet away from me.
Well, yeah, obviously, because I assumed that. That's why I didn't ask that question, because that was going to be obvious. I mean, I take you as a sensible adult that if you're going to play with the gun, you're going to take the ammo out, and if you're going to drink, you're going to make sure there's no ammo around and stuff like that. Yeah, you're a responsible adult. I just wanted to know what you were doing, because I just heard these clunk clunk noises.
Yeah, I've literally been using like little paper towel to just clean out the carbon because I haven't cleaned this thing in like 6 months. Oh, Jesus Christ, guys!
Isn't that like a bad thing? Aren't you meant to like clean them on the regular or some shit? I don't know. I don't know guns.
No, this one, no, not really. And some guns operate better, like when, like actually oiled and have a little bit of carbon in them and stuff like that. It's a little bit different, but no, I'm just kind of like bored. So like I'm really thinking about like.
Oh, I'm sorry, David.
Strangling my neighbor's dog. And
fuck you. You know what? Fuck yourself, mate.
Yeah, like why
I
would
brought
I
you on here
shoot
to
my
have
neighbor's
a fucking
dog
drink with me, and you're there cleaning a fucking gun. Going, nah, I'm bored. I'm gonna clean my fucking gun.
No, it's
Fuck you.
future Amy. It's the thing is that like this psychosis of just I don't care about anything, and I'm wearing futuristic glasses. It starts to spread. Okay,
it's infectious.
Mate, the future is coming, and it's going to be fucking amazing. We're going to be cloning ourselves. We're going to be living forever.
Yeah, and we're going to have way better glasses than that, though. Okay?
Yeah, we better have way better glasses than this shit.
We better be able to go to fucking space, because if we're stuck on this flat fucking planet with the fucking Muslims, I'm going to go insane, mate. I want to leave.
I mean, religion of all courses is going to.
Yeah, I want to leave religious people here and fuck off to space, mate. Let's find a habitable world out there. It'll be awesome. Build it on science and intellect and knowledge and reason.
This needs an electronic background.
No,
gay?
At the end of the day, David, what I'm saying is to solve all our problems, we need to look to the stars.
Yeah,
partially agree, partially disagree. But yeah, no, I totally agree. You're cool.
But I mean, like,
I
think anyone could agree that, like, putting money into space research
is good.
Would be an ultimate good for society. Like,
I think that's
there
demonstrated.
Might be an immediate payoff,
every time we have a project that goes to space, it benefits humanity massively.
Yeah.
Just take MRI.
Every field of science.
Absolutely.
Like, overall, it's a good thing. I just mean, like, not the an initial capital return. Like, it might not bring in money in the short term, but overall.
Well, a lot of that's kind of bullshit because, like, you got to understand how much money we spend on things. So, like, we were arguing about $400 million NASA budgets when we were spending $700.
The simple thing is, for me, when it comes to this argument of money, is there is always a way of funding these projects. If we really want to do it, if we really actually put our mind to it, we will find the money. Like, for everyone in this chat right now, if you all wanted to go out and do something tomorrow and you didn't have the money, what are you going to do? You're going to go out there and get the money so you can do that thing. And that comes when it comes to
it's the same thing as with like 1960s to the 1969 venture. Like, we're going to go to the fucking moon.
Yeah, but I'm thinking we're going to go to the nearest planet, and what we do on the way, like, we can't do that at the moment. We can't go to the nearest planet. But if we say, as the West or humanity, whatever, we say, oh, we're going to go to the next habitable planet. That is our goal. That's a long way off, but we can still go to the asteroid belts, go to Mars, go to Venus, go to all the other planets, Titan, the moons of Jupiter, and find the resources and fund all this, because all these places are going to have resources and materials and minerals that we haven't even discovered yet, possibly, that could even possibly give us the answers to getting to that other world.
Hey, I'll be right back. Will wants to see something, so I'll be right back.
Where marketing,
I'm getting deep about space.
In a lot of press with the projects he's been doing. He sent that car into space. Like, Elon Musk is more of like a money guy than like a science guy. He's just more the figurehead for it. He's not really doing like the stuff because his name is out there, his face is, and that's causing the excitement for them. And getting people more interested and more putting their support behind those things.
I must admit, he has been a great benefit to promoting this sort of stuff and to promoting the space. And
hello.
Space. Yes, David.
So Will wanted to see, I guess, what a purple star or a purple heart look like. So,
like, Will doesn't know. I bet he's got one. Oh,
shit, that's yours. Wow. What's that from, if you don't mind asking?
Hang on, I'm just gonna put David. Hang on, show it again, David, because I've put you on full. Like, yeah, go on, show it off. There you go. Whoa, that's beautiful. Right, now I'm channeling my inner Devon again. So I'm gonna be a prick and something about like 0 confirmed kills. Do you want to explain that?
I don't know. I guess Esau and what is one? Fuck. Like some people from Aaron Camp or something like that were talking, and they were like, "Oh my god, he came on our show and he said confirmed kill," which I don't ever think I really said, because confirmed kill isn't really like a term you'd use, but whatever.
That's old jargon.
Well, it's not even old jargon. It's jargon that's sort of relegated to like snipers and stuff like that, and
right.
and I mean, I got no idea about the Air Force, but yeah. So like Devin starts. I think he was trying to like kind of kickstart some sort of drama, and I wasn't really buying it so much. I mean, Devin's gonna be Devin, but I was like, man, whatever. And I've never even seen the video. Like, I don't even know if anyone ever recorded it or anything like that. So really, I mean, like to be quite honest, at the very get-go, it's just Devin trying to kind of start shit. Which, I mean, like, whatever. But I mean, I think that's all it really is.
And you should know me. If Devin plants a seed in my head, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run with it like there's no fucking tomorrow.
Wait, okay, hold on. Will says, doing all right, about to run, going to wait to see his fake Purple Heart. He bought it from Goodwill. I want to see a bomb disposal badge, though. I mean, I guess, sure.
What's the
David, you Rockman hero? No way, I don't. I'll never see you the same way again. I don't care about his fake kills anymore. That is badass. I don't get it.
You got a Purple Heart, man. That is fucking badass.
That is badass, straight up.
Like, I'm not even American.
Oh wait, did like Will?
I respect that.
Did Will think like I wasn't in the military or something?
What does that mean?
I don't get this.
That's what I would like to know. What does that signify?
Wounded in action.
Yeah, I mean, here, hold on. Like, I'll be right back.
David's getting deep here, guys.
Marina,
just keeping it real. And that right, Jamie? We like keeping it real.
I'm just gonna turn my camera off because I can't even keep my eyes open right now.
Oh my god, mate! Come on, what are you doing to me? Come on, man.
I can't even do it. It's so bright.
Turn that fucking shitty light off, then, mate. Why have you got it on? Yeah, just turn it off. Yeah, see now, look at that. You're beautiful, mate.
Now it looks like I have dark circles around my eyes, like Aaron.
No.
I mean, here.
Beautiful. Oh, David,
I mean, like,
deep. Here we go.
Like, I mean, here, watch. So, this is me getting my senior badge. I don't know, like 2 or 3 years ago. This is through the 71st Ordnance Group, EOD, Fort Carson, Colorado. Staff Sergeant David Bishop.
Careful about the doxing. You get so.
No, I know. Oh, dude, no, I'm already way doxed. But then like here's my uniform. There's EOD. I'm part of NTC Ops Group. Here's my senior EOD badge. Here's my combat instruments badge because I was infantry prior to being EOD, deployed and killed people. So I mean, what? Oh, yeah. Well, like I'm a little drunk. Will, stop being a fucking.
Yeah, I mean that's. David showed me the pictures when I hung out with him. David showed me pictures while he was at work. You know, training people to not get.
Yeah. David is a badass. Like, he sent me a picture one day. He was like doing something, and I replied with "Have fun playing at Army" or something. Like, it was me taking the piss, but total respect to you, David, man.
David, what's the story behind the Purple Heart, if you don't mind my asking? I'm sure you've told it a million times.
Yeah, no, I really haven't actually. I don't know if anyone's ever asked about it online, but so 2006, we were. In Ghazaliya, so it's a territory in Baghdad.
Shit, yeah.
And there was a guy named Muqtada al-Sadr. Like the Muqtada, I think, is the title, but it was actually the guy who sort of like ran Sadr City. It was known after him, and we came across his nephew, and so we arrested this guy. The CIA eventually, like, literally took him off. We don't know what happened to him. The rest of the guys we handed over to the MPs at FOB Liberty. We had some weird old guy show up to us and tell us that we were going to pay for this. And then, like a week later, we're patrolling the same area. We took an EFP array. Man, it's going to be really hard showing a tattoo, but it'll be upside down. But Sergeant White, this guy died at that occurrence. My platoon sergeant, Sergeant First Class Fields, lost both of his legs. My squad leader, Sergeant Diaz, lost a leg.
Wow.
My best friend, Anton Slobodnik, got a little fucked up. And then like our vehicle totally died, and there's, you know, big firefight and stuff after all that shit. But yeah, that's pretty much like I guess
and then a firefight.
Well, I guess so why I got a purple heart. So the one of the EFPs, the rear one in the array. So an array is like more items than one, and EFPs are little, like, you have explosives and you have a concave copper disc. So when the explosives go off, the concave disc makes an explosively formed penetrator. It's very effective at penetrating, you know, vehicle armor and stuff like that. So it actually went through the gas tank in the rear of our Striker. I was on air sentry on the far side of the explosion, so it pretty much went through the gas chamber. Man, I'm drunk, but went through the gas chamber. Went between a guy who was sitting on one of the Striker benches, and he got kind of his leg fucked up a little bit. The other air sentry guy had his knee pads around his ankles, which was pretty customary for the time. So it just carved out a path in that plastic. And I had normally sort of like locked my legs like when I was in that position, but I had separated them, which is good for me. But at that point, these sort of things tend to lose energy, start to fragment and stuff like that. So I took like a bunch of shrapnel in more so my right, but a little bit in my left leg that were removed at our battalion aid station, like 6 hours after. I don't know, except for a couple. So like I will say, so like 3 months after, you'd still have little pieces of things growing out of your skin, which is kind of funny. But yeah.
And that comes in like molting hot too, right?
Yeah, it's plasmatic copper, pretty much.
Liquid copper. Jesus Christ.
All I want to say, David, is to those that still serve and have served and who give everything for their country.
Yeah, no shit on that. Cheers to that.
Hey, cheers to you all. And no, by the way, Will, I guess like Will's fucking with me or something. I don't know. No,
now Will loves.
I don't deserve any more. I don't deserve any more respect than anybody that does a job. Honestly, we all have our job in this big ecology of a society, and we're all sort of doing our part. If you're not doing your part, fuck you. But everyone else who's actually doing their part, you guys are doing an equally important job. Some of us are attracted to danger. Trust me. I don't own a BMW F800R, and in this job, after doing infantry and marrying this woman who I think is going to kill me every night, like on accident, I'm just attracted to danger. Okay, this is just what I do.
Eric's back.
And now my boyfriend's back. My boyfriend's back. Da, 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 da. Amy looks so goddamn high.
I'm so high.
I'm so.
What happens? Like I haven't been smoking at all.
I'm so
right?
high. Oh yeah, you quit, right?
Did you need to smoke more weed?
No.
I'll fall asleep right here. I'm so tired. I did 2 hours at the gym high.
No,
that's the way.
How does that actually? I was going to ask, how does that work? Because when I go to the gym hungover, I hate it.
I love it.
I hate going to the gym hungover.
Hungover?
Like, yeah.
I said high, not hungover.
Well, I don't smoke weed, like ever. So I'm saying like,
yeah, but it's not a hangover with weed.
Well, I know, but I mean like, I've actually gone to the gym like on a couple beers, but you're not really drunk or high or anything like that.
No,
and it seems to elevate your ability.
I find that I can breathe better, and I don't know, helps me focus better, so I just like it. Hi, Devin Tracy. Said I'm in a pot coma. I'm not in a pot coma. Maybe a little bit.
Is this the first time you've smoked in a while?
Yesterday was the first time I had smoked.
Yesterday was.
Yeah, it was like you've been gone a couple weeks, right?
No, it's been a couple of months.
Really? Oh, snap!
Yeah,
6 months was the promise, but I got some for my birthday.
And you got some hash as well, didn't you, May?
Oh yeah, but I don't count that.
Degenerate behavior for the win, May.
So, like on an emotional note, I think that small gains are still important. Like, I wanted to quit smoking probably. Well, I wanted to do it like a year ago. And then I wanted to do it like 4 months ago, and I couldn't do it. And then it was like a month ago. But now, I mean, like, I'm down to maybe like 12 cigarettes a day, which for me is like a super improvement. So, I mean, like, as long as I think you're always improving, you're not in bad territory.
Yeah, but
I mean, are you gonna walk away from this and just get it, just smoke weed every day?
You smoke weed every day?
No, I promised myself I would take a solid 6 months off. Like my birthday, I totally used it as an excuse, but I had the best fucking sleep last night. I have the best sleeps on weed. It takes me forever to fall asleep when I don't smoke, so I miss it. There was a method behind the madness. Like there was a reason I smoked all the time. I didn't need to smoke in the day, but I like being high when I do things. It's better. The experience is better.
What is orthodontics? Oh my god!
Like braces, someone to get braces.
Oh my! I fell to the troll. No, someone said, "How is the military orthodontics plan?"
Yes,
they don't cover braces. I wish they did. If they did, I would instantly accept it. I have to pay out of pocket for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Damn you, Islet.
Free healthcare,
man. No, I agree. Unilateral, universal healthcare, education. Like I said, universal basic services. Just let everyone have what we know allows people to succeed. It's the most insane thing that like we can't, as a society, get behind this. It's like,
well, and if you're a capitalist country, it's just good for business. It's so good for business. A healthy workforce.
Healthy population means healthy economy.
Yeah, I have no idea.
On every front.
I actually do, but I'm not. I don't want to get into this, especially when I'm here. I'm 2.5 here. I don't want to get into it. It's just so ridiculous to me. Like, how can we not get a group of people, especially David, governors?
This is David. I don't want to get into it, but let me get into a ride.
Because Amy, if I was like, let me talk about the economics behind these senators not liking something, it'd be like a 5-hour conversation.
Any conversation with you is a 5-hour conversation, David.
Amy, let me talk to you for 5 hours while I want to bang Alf, okay? Number one, have you seen Alf? Now, his symmetricality, okay, is clearly defined also by his hair. His hair is one of those really interesting concepts. And while humans, as talked about by Jonathan Haidt, we seek symmetricality, but we also seek difference because what we want to do is while we want to further, genetically possible things, we also have an innate, desire to shift them a little bit. And now, so Alf's hair is weird, but his face is attractive, right? And so naturally that causes people to want to bang Alf and bang him really hard. God, I can't believe you guys let me go on.
Yeah. So I'm going to crop this and upload it as David's question to Alf. I'm just going to make a note at the time.
I mean, it was like literally entirely a joke, but absolutely do it.
Oh, no.
No. Even on this, you can cut things out on even a live stream. Like, no one cares about this live stream. So what you can actually do tomorrow is take the part where I'm telling you it's a joke, and how to cut things out of a live stream. Cut that out of the live stream. Have like a relatively seamless transition, and then it will look like I'm totally serious.
Oh God, David!
You got to put the gag reflex exercise in as well.
Yeah, but that isn't going to go with the way I want to do the video. What I want to do is I want to crop it, and then I want to have Alf's little avatar pop up as you talk about how you love him and stuff.
Oh, dude, Alf just makes my boner grow like 4 inches, man. Like it. He like InfoWars is pushing all these penis supplements. Oh, what? Eric, you're like sound really shit.
Can't hear Eric. He's rolling.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Eric. I think he's like completely out.
He just pulled a fucking PJW face.
Imagine my shock. All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, say it again.
Okay, my internet's a wee bit crappy, but oh well. What I was trying to say was I remember reading some time ago, like the evolutionary reason why humans are for the most part hairless was because it was we breeded with more hairless people because less lice.
Okay.
So let me tell you what we heard, Eric, because I assume you can hear us, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what you said is, hey, there's a study on why people are heroin. It's because people less do lice. That's what I got.
No. David's just
no. What? All right. What I was saying was like why people are hairless, as in bald. More for the most part bald. Was they tend to breed. Early humans.
No, you're cutting out again, dude.
Let me log back in. My internet's crappy.
Okay. Like I was like, it's like, no, that's not what I said. What I meant was, this is why people are hairless.
I agree with what Marino's just said. Everyone's on the edge of their seat.
Dude, do you know what? You know what? By the way, do you guys know what edging is?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't know what edging is? People do that to themselves, right? It's when you get yourself close to coming, but you don't come, and then you get yourself close to coming again, and then you don't come.
I feel like nope.
I feel like we have a different name for that here in the UK, but I just can't think what it is.
Amy, if everyone knows what that is,
yeah,
that's the most mind-blowing thing in the world to me. I don't.
Yeah.
Why is that mind?
No, because nobody knows what that is.
Why would you want to do that for? It's such a waste.
No, but Eric was edging us. Eric was edging us.
No, I see what you're saying now.
Okay. Yeah. Like, hey, what? No, David, you're an idiot. What I was saying was, and you're just like, oh my God, I want to know what Eric is saying.
I'm DMing Carter on the Twatter.
Dude,
there you go, Carter Cole.
By the way, I am gonna have to leave, by the way, because
wow, that's really gay.
I'm married and I'm a cuck, but I do want to say, I think this is the first time I ever talked to Talking Donkey. Yes, the first time I remember.
We'll wrap it up now, then. Definitely.
But Talking Donkey, you are extremely hilarious. Please troll my comments. I think now you sort of understand who I am, hopefully, and sort of my left, right, up, down limits on humor and stuff like that. Pretty much, it's actually a big circle that just occupies the universe. You're fine. And yeah, no, I'm so grateful that you've actually been watching the fake podcast for a year. This guy's like literally goes, he's like, I've been watching you guys for a year.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, I mean, one day when I start a Patreon, it's gonna be like at $20 a month. I actually drive to you and give you blowjobs.
Wow.
That's gonna be the first perk.
I'll have to eat some pineapple.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. No hashtag no asparagus. Okay. But I thank you all. Hey, Amy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're all gonna say bye at the same time, David.
Oh, okay.
So, because we're gonna wrap it up together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna issue out individual goodbyes then.
Well,
I wanted to hear what he was gonna say to me.
I was gonna say, Amy, I'm so glad that we're just a little bit closer to throwing you into a volcano. Eric, I just want to remind you, you are under a non-disclosure agreement, and that non-disclosure agreement is you know, you can get sued for violating it. Donkey, man, I'm gonna have you on the show at some point.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Seriously,
That'd be great.
No, like you're just funny. I like it, and I like older people because older people are better than younger people.
Oh, sounds like Kelly Noodle.
No. Like I'm dead serious.
Hey, I'm Gen X, so
yeah. Well, I think I'm like Gen X too.
He didn't say he was old. He just said he was older, which he is.
Maybe I just think you're older than you actually are, because I'm actually thinking like you're in your like 38 range.
Oh, that's very generous of you.
Okay, no. So yeah, no, you're good. You're older than me, so we're good.
Yeah.
Jay.
Yes,
I've said goodbye to all these other clowns now. It's just you and me, and I want to say, you know, the scumfucks, right? We have our thought. But we also no. Don't worry about that. That's in the past. You know what the scumfucks don't have yet? They're pool boy.
The pool boy.
Carter Cole can be the pool boy.
No, Carter could never be the pool boy. He's the crazy accountant that wastes all of our money all the time. No, Jay, you're our pool boy, man. Dude, you're the Cabana pool boy. And we all love you.
He does get all the bitches.
We all love you. Yeah, dude, you get all the bitches. Dude, you're the one who wakes up with your hand with some different weird shit on it, like every other day. We love you.
I do all right. I survive.
By the way, Carter Cole, you know what you can be? You can be the fall guy for our eventual cult lawsuit. You're gonna be that slip guy, the guy we blame everything on.
Hey, shouldn't Alfie be the pool boy because he's a fucking spick? Lance. Lance is so fucking funny.
By the way, you know the stupid part is
testing 1 2. Can you
hear
CarterCole.com.
But by the way, I'm not in 1 year. In 1 year, one of us will be held against the fact that we laughed at that joke. I guarantee you. I'm not even lying. I am willing to put a $100 bet.
Are we saying bye? What are we doing? David, are you done? Are you done talking, David?
No. It just pisses me off that Lance Penna says spick and we laugh. And I know that, honestly, I'm going to get clipped being like, ha ha, David laughed at a joke.
We're laughing because Alfie's not Mexican and we call him a Mexican. He's actually Peruvian. And
yeah,
because all that's contained in the joke.
David, stop being a bitch. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, there's only one true nigger here, and that is Jay. Good night. Bye.
Bye. Bye.